repurposed freighter drifts through space. As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh. Did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up, I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign. Alright, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, three strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How did you do that? I have the right tools for the job.
Yo. Yeah, I saw you got number 7. That's awesome, dude. Guess what number I got? I was kidding. Awesome. Get through this. Clicking all these. We got a special guest tonight. Gonna have a lot of special guests coming up on the shows now that the Gen Con announcement went out for the Melf Guide, right? You're gonna see a lot of special guests coming on. Wow, look at that. Gianna too. Holy jeez. Shout out everyone here. Oh, shout out to Gianna though. Or Amanda.
Story once
Boing.
spoken is ageless.
I'm babbling to myself.
The dungeon imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures
Gotcha, Kai.
has to bend. From stillness, the mad mage is
Hey,
stirring.
you really bailed me out. Thanks for doing
From
that.
countless voices, the castle takes shape.
It looks really good too.
Zagic will test the enduring.
Oh, yeah.
Those
I
unlucky.
love the A. I
will
love the
never
A you did
escape.
too. I love that. Yeah, that was nice. Ah, right. Little change, yeah. Going on a cheap budget here, so. It is, absolutely. 14. Awesome, Amanda. In the club. Yeah. Mike and Gary, so. Yeah, man. That's good. You could do a side trek on an adventure you're doing now, too, McLeod. I mean, you could do something like that, you know? Because I always ask that you have at least, 1 to 2 open signups for the community in the game. Because, prefer more, but that's what I really, just a minute. That's old times. What's up? Sparky. 5. Yep, Sparky got in right away. Sparky, you should run something too, man. Let's run it. Run it in Castle of Crusades. Good. You just gotta let me know, because I'll put you in get you in the highlighted streamer list. Looking. Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. All right, it's all right. You can still make edits. I've only approved mine so far. Oh, it's all good. Hey, look, I got Gary Con badge number 61, and I thought that was good. So, yeah. I think the lowest I ever had was 19 in Gary Con. It's all good. Amanda, don't toil dilly-dally around, though. I get in. I get them. Hey, Gary. Hey. Is that the wrong button? I think that was the wrong button I just hit. Yes, it was.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared.
It's all good.
I grabbed my Ready Set Encounter box, and boom, everything I needed for an epic
I
session.
want to know what you
Adventure
did.
hooks, map
How'd you do it?
tiles, loot tables, stat blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent hours
Oh my
planning our
God.
Great Dragon encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master, get Ready Set Encounter
my
live now on Kickstarter. POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up,
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
totally unprepared.
Oh, God. Hey, John, that's awesome. 15. Yeah. Why not? Really? Why do you, where do you go? To Dr. Killjoy? Where are you going? Holy jeez. Alright, we've got a lot to discuss at the beginning here. Thanks, Gary. 70 months. Yeah, highest like 96, 8 years. No. Legends of the Lore was well, Legends of the Lore was 2019. Yeah, Legends of the Lore. We can talk about it now. Anna and I had a discussion at that one time with the Gen Con in 2019, and we said, let's wait till, let's let what channel's on, Wither on the Vine first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All
it's been an
right.
awesome partnership. You guys have done a great job.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Number 354. By the way, for all you naysayers out there, and I'm getting tired of a lot of you on Twitter. Well, it's actually no one in this community, but my gosh.
Naysayers on Twitter?
Come on, after the
That
Gen Con
can't be.
announcement came out. Yeah, but I'm not on the other ones. But so all I'm saying is this one was not my idea. It was Gary's idea. So you can't yell at me. Well, Jay, you're negatives on this one. It's not a negative discussion.
No. This is not a negative discussion.
Right.
This is sort of like a what if
Yeah.
ish edition of Greyhawk. Like
what we could do with it. Yeah.
if you could wave your magic wand and fix something or change something that bugs you personally, what would it be? Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, most of these things I wouldn't do even if I had the power, just because I respect the canon. And you should be changing things willy-nilly. So This is more like a what if situation.
Yeah. And it's done out of love. I mean, we spend so much time here talking about it and digging into it and stuff. So
Yeah, that's true.
everyone should understand that we kind of love this setting. So yeah.
Solid
Maybe
10.
too much.
But before that, Anna did a great job expanding this picture to another year here. Greyhawk awaits. It certainly does, doesn't it? It's awaiting all of us. It's awaiting for.
Is there an
What's
Is
that?
there an adjustment to this picture from previous years?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's much more
I made it a little bit different. So yeah.
Okay.
much more deep. Yeah. So because I'm running late. I'm about 4 weeks late to get this submitted out to everyone, but it is up and running. Oh, we got a hype train already. Wow. Treasure train. What the hell? How did that happen? Oh man. Treasure train it up. Oh my god. All right. So that's the logo. It's on the front page of it. I'll show you. Here is the Virtual Greyhawk Con. It's October 1st, Thursday, October 1st to the 4th. It is in. So you go to my you go to my you can go right here. Right here. See this? And you just click on this picture right here. Boom. Tabletop events. Oh, look, I have event submissions waiting my approval already. All right. And then it'll show you here, and you go to events, and the ones that are in our mind here, and Anna's. So there's the Grand Joust. The Grand Joust is in. Thursday night kickoff events in. Ask the Experts is in, and Anna's seminars in. There's gonna be a lot of other stuff coming in as we go. Oh, Raskal, thanks. So thank you very much. So there you go. We are off and running for Virtual Greyhawk Con. I'll get the highlighted stream schedule going. So anyone who's got a channel, and I don't care if you're, as long as you are an affiliate, that's all I care about. Just so I know you've been doing it. So Old Times, Solid 10, Spuckles Mandy's probably gonna do 2. Rob Phantom NJ. We'll get a lot of other channels involved. Marquee, all the other ones in the stream team. I'll be reaching out to them, and we'll get that rolling for. Getting Virtual Greyhawk Con 7 running. I also am working on something huge. I won't know anything about it probably for a couple days, but if it falls, I think you all like it for the con. So let's hope for me that it happens. Okay. All righty. Let me get this off and go there. So thank you all. I love special hype trains. All right. Been putting in the work last few months. Just wish we didn't have to stream it. I know, man, but that's okay. I stream when you can. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
So Jay, when do you estimate the date of signing up for actual events?
That's all set there, and that is dumb for me for not to hear it. Let me go back real quick. I am not too smart today. I was swamped at work, plus I squeezed all this in here. So give me 1 second here, tabletop. Where's 2026? Okay. Here we go. Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
Labor Day at noon Eastern. Sign up for events. All right. That's when. So I figure we'll do it Labor Day. Yeah, right. Monday, September. So we got a full month to get everything in and ready to go. And then last day of submission, September 26th. You can. I would suggest you getting in before Monday, September 7th. That'll be the rush. And then Virtual Greyhawk Con's October 1st to the 4th. Cool. Yep. All right. Cool. Thank you all. Thank you all for everything. What's that? So no, Labor Day is the 7th. Isn't it? Did we give a wrong date? No, it's the 7th, Monday the 7th. Amanda, are you messing with my head on purpose? I was right. Yeah. I was like, what? Okay. So one other thing. Mike, wasn't it was cool discussion with Malden last week, having him on, right? Yeah. It was good. That was really good. So I was glad to see it.
I'm get a feeling he'd like to be on more.
Yeah, we can make that work. We got to do the geology one. He wanted to wait till Anna was on. That's why we didn't do it. So we'll do a geology one with him. We'll see whenever he's available.
Has he ever done a show about his campaign with Mel Cott and
We did
Yes.
one, my Greyhawk, back in a few years
we did,
ago.
okay.
Yep.
And
mhm.
also during his anniversary issue one, 25th anniversary of his
Yes.
website,
hmm
he did one like that. And that was
Yep.
great. You know, we did a lot of discussion. And it went deep.
Yep.
I can't believe how deep he's in the Spelljammer part of Greyhawk. So
Yep.
yeah, he does a lot with it. So
Yeah, we've had him on multiple times, but we need to have him more times. So, yep.
yeah, 100%. And thank you all for the hype train. Really appreciate it. All right. So all right, tonight, your favorite campaign changes that you make in the Greyhawk setting. Now, I have a list already, kind of.
hmm
And
I have
yeah,
kind of one too.
you
Yep.
have kind of one too, because I did
hmm
I did a Gabbin a long time ago. I know Gary didn't like the name of the title of it. 10 things I hate about Greyhawk. Yes.
It's grown on me. I like it.
Yeah. That's good.
So I have a list already, and I'll share that. I found it. It was Gavin 238. So that's like 300, almost 300 Gabbins, no, 200 Gabbins ago.
Yep.
So that's like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. It's insane I don't know where the time went, everyone. I just don't know. But we got a lot going on. We're jam packed with stuff. All the announcements at Gen Con. Luke actually coming to tears when he's talking about this. Good and bad. And with that comes the bad reciprocity on a lot of sites. Also, and another ancient member of the Greyhawk community, calling him basically the Antichrist hasn't helped things either. So yeah, there's a lot of just goofiness going on, but it's all mostly positive. So oh yeah, you know what, X Manny, that would be nice if I did that. See, I knew I forgot something. I apologize. Boom, giveaway started. Classic D&D reprints. I got too much on my mind today. So Mike, what are your thoughts on the topic?
We did this episode 158.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, we did.
So,
Okay.
hmm But you gotta think that's like almost
That's
200 episodes ago.
that is 200.
I think it's a little more, Mike.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even. Yeah.
So without rewinding the clock, I had no idea what I said back then because I have no idea what I'll say today.
Yep.
Well, Mike, you've been a big, big person in the community who's done a lot of changes and presented a lot of alternate Greyhawk ideas over the years. I remember your flooded Flamis map.
Yeah. Sometimes I do those things just for fun. It's not serious changes.
Mhm.
Well,
But,
look, we all know Mike and I we all raised our hand at last week's show with Malden. All of us hate the overtake of the Sea Princes overnight, right? From the Scarlet Brotherhood, all three of us, and it was like unanimous on that one. So you could throw that one out, but we could talk about that one. So Gary, what were your thoughts on doing this topic?
We've had some discussions on the Discord over the last few weeks, and there are little things that people that bug people about Greyhawk that maybe could have been a little bit sharper done, but it's just part of the debate. It's nothing, it's not a real criticism, but
No, it's not.
I thought, maybe by illuminating some of these things that bug us, or that maybe we want to improve, it kind of deepens people's knowledge about what the setting is all about.
So yeah, and like Anna and I are in a really unique position because if we are really devious in what we're doing with the Melf's guides, we can change stuff we don't like and not let anyone know.
We might get away with it. Yeah, you never
I'm
know.
gonna try. I'm trying. So we'll
It's
see.
a delicate balance because there's sometimes there's
Yep.
things you change that you probably shouldn't change if you could.
Absolutely. No, you're dead on with that. There is stuff that 100%. But Gary's always said make Greyhawk your own, right? So every person's campaign deviates from published source the minute they start playing. Seriously.
Yes.
They
Mhm.
don't. There's no one following any letter of the law anywhere, because there's really You know, there's no, well, this is what happened in the Slavers series. This is what happened in the G series. There's none of that for the most part in the adventures. There's a couple, like, you kind of know what happens, and maybe in the end of Temple,
Yeah,
or
there's some presumed resolutions,
some presume, but not a lot of them.
but you're right. I mean, and I think every Greyhawk fan almost implicitly says in my campaign whenever they're making a comment. They're not
Absolutely. And then
trying, but we share 80% in common. That's what makes it so much fun for us to talk, because we're able to
Thanks,
use this lingua franca between each other. And if it was all homebrew, you'd have to catch us up on everything about your campaign before we could even share something.
Yes, absolutely.
God forbid.
And if you saw Sunday night stream, I had Tim on and Jeff on, and we just reminisced about 1980, 1987. Just when we were like young, right? And
Mhm.
in addition to Tim, I'm going to use a word I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. In addition to Tim cock blocking wall at me at the Ren Fair, right? With the hot New York University girls back then, and we told that story too. But we told stories about what actually happened back in the my Greyhawk campaign, and how Altamir came to be, and all the other stuff. So we told some good stories. Yeah, it was it was fun. It was a fun discussion. So this all ties in. So Classic DD reprints tonight. Winner can get their choice of 2. Let's see what I got down here. Damn it, Tim. Let's see what we got here. All right. I'll make this will be the one. Here you get 2 more horrors.
Jay, your microphone kind of switched over.
And here, and then your choice. You get your choice. 2
And
more
now
horrors.
he can't hear
Border
us.
Watch. Shokanth. Really good
Yeah,
underrated would be on the Crystal
different mic.
Cave. All right.
Now we can't hear
or
us.
Day of Alec Bar. All right. All good stuff. So
Jay, you
let me
can't hear
start
us.
this off
You can't hear us.
tonight. Retcons.
Oh no.
Oh, Puff's measures in Jay's personal media. Wrong mic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to switch back.
Is everything okay?
You
Jay,
can't
wrong
hear
mic.
us.
What's that
Yeah,
mean?
you can't hear us.
Oh, I lost my mic. Oh, hold on. Am I here again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Exactly.
What the hell
Yep.
happened? 1 second.
Thank you, old times. There we go. Hopefully you can hear us now. Oh, he needs to. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Now.
Yep.
So,
now you're back.
So what happened was, somehow my my headset lost connectivity.
Yep. You pulled in the cable or something. Yep.
Yeah, I must have done that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's kind of funny. You talk
I was
to
babbling
and
on
we,
retcons, right?
yeah.
Who's the king of the retcon here at between the 4 of us? It ain't me.
Me. I think it's me. No.
Well,
Mike?
I mean, I got to publish some of mine.
Oh, I was going to say
Gary.
Gary. Oh, but then it's not called retcons anymore because then it's published lore. So
it's a major retcon, right?
Yeah, but I would say it's a delicate dance, right? I mean,
yeah.
I didn't do everything I wanted to do. It's a compromise between Eric and my other co-authors and your editors. So yeah, obviously pulling the Isle of Dread into Greyhawk is a big deal.
One question around that, Gary. Were there any retcons or changes that did survive editing that you wanted in that they actually just cut away or say, no, you can't publish this?
Not very. No, I don't, because I'm usually very good at being sensitive to that. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, you had the discussions before you went into final. Yeah.
Exactly, but I wouldn't call even the Isle of Dread a retcon because that's kind of more like an addition.
Yeah.
So tonight I'm thinking let's talk about things that are that were there maybe from the beginning and bug us, or we think should be a little different or could be cooler.
Okay. All right. You skirted that. I was going to talk about Baltron's Beacon. I was going to talk about Tomb of the Lizard King, right?
No, but that's just like development. I think.
Okay.
So here's like I'll start with a really radical one.
Please.
And this has bugged me since the 80s. the the navigability of the rivers and all the
Yeah.
headaches that come with all this. I would move the city of Greyhawk to mid Bay. I
Mhm.
would make it a port at the
Yeah.
mouth of the 710.
Yeah. I did a
And that would,
compromise on that. I turned northern Salintan into a channel, so to speak,
And
in
it's
a
well, that's
canal
incontrovertible.
instead. Yeah.
that's what bugs me, Ann, is that we have to do all these contortions to make the
Yep.
lore work.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're just too much, right?
Yep.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay. Whereas if it were at the mouth, near the mouth of the 710, it doesn't have to be right at the mouth, but if it was near the mouth of the 710, you could still see why it wouldn't be that important for a few centuries, because divers was to Radagast City or
Mm-hmm.
Lukish would still be the main, traffic.
Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Sorry, that was me. Oh my gosh, that was me. Look at Sam. Netbot heresy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. All right,
I
here we go.
agree with you,
This is
Gary.
what we're
That's
talking
one
about.
of my biggest pet peeve that I want to
It is,
pet peeves I want to change too. Yeah.
and I want the Gray Run kind of put in there too, because I like that Gygaxian lore for
Mm-hmm.
having that second tributary near the city of Greyhawk.
Yep.
So, this would obviously be a big change campaign, because we've got these massive, we got the big box set dedicated to the city, and we've got, a lot of table lore that settles the location. So it's not something I would actually do if I had the power to do it, but gosh, I feel like it would really solve a lot of problems
Mm-hmm.
if the city of Greyhawk were closer to Mid Bay, and a destination for Rennie and ships that kind of grew when Zadig kind of poured all this money and energy and
Yeah,
magic
because
into the city.
that's what the story of the city entails, so to speak. That's what
It does,
the
Yes.
what is in the story of the city. I just want the geography to fit the description of the city and the
Yes,
stories.
right. Sailing ships in
Yep.
in a bay outside of the city,
Yeah.
and I just don't know if we realistically can have those
I'm
where it's
going to
located
work
right
on
now.
it, but fan-wise, so to speak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one of my heretical propositions.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Anna came up with saying it's a man-made canal. And
Yeah, I
friendly
tried to make a
compromise.
compromise. Yeah,
Yeah.
for it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is no compromise with some of mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you want to go next, Jay?
I have to, because I have to get this. I
Come
have
on.
to do.
Yeah.
I have a
Get it out
picture.
there.
I have a picture,
Have to.
and I have to get rid of this guy. I have to get rid of Philidor. I have to he
Oh,
just doesn't
gotcha.
exist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
okay.
can't.
I agree. He never existed in
Oh
my
my
campaigns.
gosh.
There we go.
Oh, it hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts so bad.
So let's just clarify the range could be anywhere from the folio even all the way to expedition to the ruins of Castle Greyhawks. So Jay is targeting a sergeant era lore that bugs a lot of people. Go ahead,
Is there
Jay.
a possibility to give him some character description and a backstory? Is he completely beyond redemption, so to speak, or is it just lack of integration that is the problem, or is the integration so bad that he just needs to be?
It's like Sergeant thinks. I'm sorry. Sergeant thinks everyone was stupid. Oh, they won't remember the two blue wizards. They weren't in any of the Lord of the Rings stories. They were only in a sidebar, side trek. No one gives a shit about the. And Philidor the Blue. Oh, the mysterious blue wizard comes to
Yeah,
Greyhawk,
he
and he's an
was.
elfin vestry, and he's a human in Celine and Greyhawk, and he's charming, and he's everywhere at once. He's
Yeah,
also the guy I hated from Watchmen,
yeah,
Dr. Detroit or whatever the hell his name was.
yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
Dr.
but
Manhattan. I hated Dr. Manhattan. He
yeah.
is the Dr. Manhattan of
Yeah.
Greyhawk.
But
Okay.
I
Well,
So
agree with Sam that the major problem I have with him is that he lacks integration completely. That there's no story,
there's no
nothing
point.
backstory.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was no point to him.
I think
I
Jay
mean, in
just hates the
Tolkien's
color blue.
defense, it was only their robes that were blue, not their skin and hair.
Right. Right. He
So
went.
having no explanation why this guy is blue
yeah,
is
That's
kind of
funny look
yeah,
for it.
lacking. Yeah, it just doesn't give us anything to hook onto. He's also able to go in appearance as an elf or a human. So that, what's the explanation for that?
yeah.
And just any kind of character like this takes away player agency. I mean, the players should be solving the
Yes.
aftermath of the Greyhawk Wars,
Right.
not some NPC. This is not
Yeah.
great keeping a Greyhawk spirit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just lazy, non-creative storytelling, in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah. Carl gave that exhibition to watch it 30 years ago. So there you go. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm
It's a
done
That's
it's
with
a
a
good
it.
good
one,
yeah,
Jay.
it's a good
Uh,
one,
I
Jay.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
he's gone in mine completely.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't need them.
we don't need him. Blah. Gone. There you go. Go ahead, Mike.
I would use Philidor 100% more.
Wait, 100% of
Meaning
zero is not
once.
Of
zero.
zero.
Meaning once.
No, that was pretty funny, excising Philidor. Because if you're gonna get rid of him, then while you're at it, you may as well get rid of Maheen, Vatoon, any of these other late additions that Sargent did. I'm just
Maheen
spitballing here.
has some good paragraphs on there.
Hmm.
Batoon, there's a whole entire story and a whole entire adventure module written about it, right? Kind of.
Which arguably could be all fake.
But
You
that's
know.
okay though, because it's fake.
Oh,
But the fake thing is a
yeah.
ruse.
And
Whereas
Maheen's
yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And Maheen's whole reason to be there is the same as Philidor's. It's the opposition to Ayu's. So the
Similar.
presence of her and Philidor should have meant that the
Ah.
conflict with Ayu's was escalating.
Oh,
And maybe it
interesting, Mike.
didn't.
You might redeem Philidor in my. We'll see.
I'm working
Yeah.
on it.
Mhm. That's cool.
We're awaiting
But-
your article on Greyhawk.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes,
we want the
yes.
blog post now.
I'll have to do it that way.
Extensive one. Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
But since you brought up the barbarian thing, yes, the
Yes.
whole point of Batoon was to unite the barbarian lands, and that was the promise of Great Wars for me. That never happened, was uniting the barbarian kingdoms. So I think that would be a good change, is to actually see what could be accomplished with a united barbarian kingdom. Story-wise, not just with the wars, but maybe story-wise, to bring them into the
So
picture.
you would retcon the trick that I used pulled on the
Yes,
barbarians.
totally.
Yeah.
I would have the whole quest pay off.
Oh, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
would have essentially the trilogy complete.
Yes,
That's a good one.
you would, don't have the players waste their time, because I'm sure you all probably would agree with that. Wasting the players' time is usually a bad thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's essentially the same. I use pulling the rug out from under you is the same as the ending for Vecna Lives.
It is,
I'm not a fan of Vecna Lives either. I mean,
oh, wait till you hear one of my one on that list.
And Sam's right.
But
You
go
don't
on,
need
guys.
Vatoon. You don't need Vatoon to unite them, but I think they should have a common cause. And usually their common cause is fighting either raiding Erdi or fighting Stonefist. But something that gets them in the picture, because it's really easy just to cut that peninsula off and ignore it. Like they
It
don't
is
even
really.
exist.
It is kind of cool that maybe every few centuries they unite under a leader, and then
Yeah.
the three kingdoms essentially become one, and then they raid the Aerdi coast relentlessly.
You could still have them as the ice, snow, and frost, and just have them, and maybe Anna can shed a little more light on this, but have them democratically elect a leader. Right?
Yeah, I want to first of all, I see the term barbarians and descriptions as the Erdi view of them, so to speak, not
definitely.
what they
Yeah.
really are. And I would love to see or to take their own view, develop them, give them cultures and stuff, and tie them into the old Sul Empire long ago, so to speak, and build that connection, build them into Greyhawk and stuff. You can use those terms, derogatory, Erdi terms, so to speak, but I want that to be more like the common misconceptions from the rest, and then develop the true stories of these folks.
The unreliable narrator of
yeah.
Puppet's Magic.
I want there to be a real truth that is more cool, have more nuances and more story, and you can do cool stuff with it. That I want to see developed. So
And I'm
I want,
doing
yeah,
cool stuff with the barbarians right now.
yeah,
And
but
now Tamira, they're
oh
fighting. The
yeah, but
Frost and the
they
Snow are fighting down there.
Now,
oh yeah,
now,
but I'm saying up there, so to speak,
I
the
understand. I
meaning
understand.
history and yeah, and stuff like that. And I also can see them having like old Vikings and stuff that you didn't inherit the kingdom. You had to, it was like a little bit of a meritocracy, meaning if you weren't good enough to hold on to the throne, someone would kill you and take it instead. So, and that was kind of a little bit of established thing that a king needs to be powerful enough to hold on to his throne, because if not, then someone else will come and take it. So that was so you can have a kind of a chaotic ritual society in that sense, that
Mhm.
within certain circumstances you can kind of go. It's not legal bound, and you take the next 6-year-old son. No, the son needs to be effective and capable enough. Otherwise, someone else will kill you when you get old enough, or you step down voluntarily, and then there will be a
Shut.
contest on who's going to
Make me
to
laugh.
supplant you, so to speak. So, but on the other hand, and that is interesting because most societies, a lot of societies back in the day started out that way, and then it became like the king wanted desperately put their offspring on the throne, and you got that corruption, and the same story played out over and over again because the old Viking tradition got lost as well. So I think these can be interesting themes you can weave in, and then you can tie into ancient glory and all sorts of stuff that I think we are lacking in the descriptions of these lands. That there's a lot of stuff cool things you can do, integrating them more into Greyhawk history, that I think is missing. They're
I'd have
just
I'd have the
out.
one
Yeah.
that they wait around this cave and a bear comes out, and the one that kills the bear comes the king. Except there's this blonde woman and she has a sling and she
Hmm.
is very good at it, and she's in a different tribe. I'm sorry, I'm describing Clan of the Cave Bear. Sorry about that. Daryl
Yeah, but
Hannah.
yep, and the Sisu. Yep. Hmm. But you could,
She's
there's
see
something I think
too.
I want to retcon. I want to turn a lot of the descriptions of the barbarians' lands on the Thronian as rumors that people believe in Rossies and down in the Airdie
okay.
lands, and they're not really
Still
true,
better than
so to speak.
Philidor.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. Yeah. Yeah. No
Well,
matter
that's a
what,
good one.
I'm ignoring everything Sam says about Folder in chat because I don't even care. He's trying to go, oh, well, Carl said something 30 years ago. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's not published in source anywhere. All
That's
right.
right. If you didn't publish it or you don't come on Jay's show to talk about it,
That's right.
it didn't happen.
That's right. If you don't, it's got to be here. We get all the scoops here, you know?
And being dead is no excuse.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Being in hiding. So go ahead, Anna. What do you got?
I have a major trend that I want to add in that I think should be fixed, because there are a lot of loose ends that I think ties into something here that you can build on. And I'm talking about the Flan, Druids, Ayus, Horn Society, and a whole bunch of stuff, Flan and stuff. I think there's something you could do that I tried to do in my campaign, is to retcon in, because there's so many just loose things that should be kind of, there should be more of a true history of Greyhawk written back in time, and that could kind of underfund
You're up.
or kind of underpin a lot of the stories. Right now they're just rumors and loose ends, and it's kind of, there's a lot of missed opportunity, and especially the Flan and stuff. I want to detail the Flan culture a lot more in ancient times, so to speak, and how the relations with them and the Great Kingdom, because that you can take so much cool stuff out of that, so to speak. And I want to emphasize Urflan as the kind of the Airdie label on those Flan that was cultist, in that sense that they worshipped various demon lords, Grasset and a whole bunch of others coming from that tradition, so to speak. And I use, because that way it can explain why Ayus came to be and why he became that way. So I want to weave kind of a narrative from history that can kind of explain into a lot of things.
So one of mine on
Yeah.
my list, Hannah,
Mhm.
is make Ayu centuries older than he is in
That
the
is
canon.
one possibility. When you said that that was one of the possibilities. I'm not sure if that fits the bill perfectly or not, but it's definitely a cool option that we should definitely look into. That I think is really cool. And I want to. There should be like if and also that ties into you have when the Great Kingdom, when it became big, that they had that abyssal maw that came in. That was sent by them, so to speak, as a way of you can have that century-old struggle that has gone on for 1,000 years to between and Horn Society, Ayus, the Bandit Kingdom and stuff. They all play their part in that struggle and resistance
It
against the
it
Great
has that
Kingdom.
it has that vibe of Celts versus Romans.
Exactly. Yep. You can build that in and it can be multifaceted and Horn Society, you can weave that into the stuff. So there's a lot of things you can weave in, and it should not be hard facts. It should be kind of possibilities and hints at and oh, someone told said and stuff like that. It will be like a whole rumor mill of things, rumors and truths and half truths and stuff that a DM could pick from, so to speak, that I think is underutilized. That it's ancient history, so it will not dictate how you run your campaign in the future, but it can give you a lot of cool inspiration
Hey,
of
Michael.
what happened, so to speak, and you can build from it.
Yeah, there's a I am not mentioning Egwolf at all tonight. I can't. My eyes are just. I'll start bleeding out my ears and
I
stuff.
see that as part. Ingolf's story is part of that
Yeah,
story, that
yeah.
of the setting, which I
Well,
think you could do things with.
you're
Yeah.
going to be getting a lot more Igwolf in
All
2027.
Oh,
right,
good. Yep.
Gary.
Too
Just
late.
you're up next, but just don't go to another
I'll,
one first round.
I'll go to another one. Okay. I don't like this idea of the houses of pursuit that was introduced in Orth Journal 1 in a
Houses of
timeline
Pursuit.
by Len Lakofka and Steve Wilson,
Hmm.
who collaborated on this timeline. And it got canonized by Eric and Sean Reynolds in later material
Yeah.
in the
Orth
90s.
Journal.
So it's the idea that the Rizians are these Sul who,
Yeah.
were three kingdoms of the Sul that have somehow raced across the planet and were chased. Oh no, sorry. They were these were three houses that were chasing some other dissident Sul all the way across the planet, and it just makes no sense.
They went
Because,
left, and they
Yeah.
suddenly went right.
yeah, I mean, you're talking first of all, the Solar Imperium. You're talking about a society that probably used teleport like we use, cars. So they could have caught anybody they wanted to if they really, if they really wanted to.
Magic always screws
So
things up. Logic.
it
Magic
does.
doesn't work with logic. Yeah. But
Yes,
it's
but if you can if you
wow.
can make a 300-mile hole in a mountain, you can probably catch some people, racing across the planet. So it's not a good origin story for me. Online, I proposed the idea that the Soul had access to the oceans from their Imperium, and that their diaspora included some survivors escaping by ship all the way through the Densek Gulf, which is why you get the Scarlet Brotherhood, why you get some of these other Soul settlements all along the coast, up to Lendor, and even the Rizians all the way up the coast on the peninsula. So,
I
whenever possible, I like a more grounded solution.
Yeah, I made
Magical solution.
that it was a warm period a few thousand years ago. That's when I had my first Sul Empire. So that Sul Empire was up north, and it swayed all the way to Blackmore, and then far west, so to speak, and up north. And then when it cooled off, some Sul fled east along the coast out into the Solnor, and they became the barbarians, and then others up there, so to speak. And some of them fled south, and we discussed, and you did that alternate map
Oh,
of the
Michael.
so that was the so the Sul Empire in the Sea
Mhm.
of Dust in my take is the second Sul Empire, not the first. That's the second one. That's the one they fled to, so to speak. And then that became a big empire, and then that fell when it got cold and different, and the twin cataclysms and stuff. So yeah.
Well, the number one on my list, Anna, which I was going to do last, but I'll just might as well just do it now, is I would flip flop the Sul Imperium in the Baklunish Empire.
Okay.
I would put the Sul Imperium where right now the Baklunish Empire was, and I put the Backlunish in the south where the Sioux are, and I put the sea,
I
I
did
reversed the sea of dust.
basic.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah, I
sense
did.
for heat and stuff
Yeah,
too.
It makes sense for
yeah.
environmental,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
cultural, all sorts of reasons. And then you would just have the Sioux migrating, escaping towards the east and populating all those northern places that we find them
but
now.
I made it a bit more complicated, but I had the basic same idea, but I tried
Good
to
one.
not make it like big building blocks you just move around. So there's more
Mhm.
story, and I also have it that originally they were the same culture back many thousands of years, so they split up and multiplied in various different cultural direction. And I also have it that the far west, and you have to make the origins part of it because they all come from that same
Yes, it
back in the
does.
day.
It
So I
has
have,
some interesting implications
Cool,
because
sure.
yeah.
as
So I
I
have
was
it
gonna
like
make, I was gonna
10,000
make a
years
map.
ago, there was the same culture back like 10,000 or so years ago.
I was gonna make a map of this alternate version, and when I started poking around, I was like, oh, does that mean the modern Backlunish states are where the sea princes are now? You have Zeef and Ekbir as these big port
No,
cities.
I want to use more of the map. I don't want to cram
Yeah.
everything into the
Well,
Flanese
you know,
for
we're
perpetuity. So
reversing
yeah.
it, but we're still having it kind of be familiar to DMs who are still, but I would have maybe, the yeomanry would be where Ket is, and maybe Keelan would be where Furiani is.
I don't want to just move the building blocks. I want to have different Lego pieces back in history, but I want that to make explanation. I put it together a blog post about that in back in the day here. I'll see if I can find
I
a.
hate to be the Debbie Downer on this one. That's too much work for me.
Oh,
No, but
this
you
would
see,
never
we
be
are the
one
ones that
I would
Gary and me
actually
we
do.
turn
That
over
is too much
prepping
work.
into our
Oh my
identity.
God.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But if I were to talk to Gygax and he were writing the box, the folio, I would say, why don't you flip these around? Because it, makes more sense for the,
Can you imagine us?
the culture.
Hey, Amit, Jay, and the Les in that crew. Yeah, we changed the map all around for this. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I would be able to go outside my house. So yeah, but yeah, it is. It kind of makes sense
But
environmentally.
I totally agree, Gary,
Yeah.
that you need to tweak the history,
Oh
but
my
I don't
God.
want to just use the current building blocks and just move them back in history and shovel them around. That's too simple for me.
Yeah,
I want to have more kind of cool nuances and stuff that can lead
it's
up
a good one.
to the yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, ready for? Let's have some fun. We're gonna have
But
fun with this one.
I have the
Okay.
link to the one. I have the history in 6 spread maps. That's where I talked about that. It was
Okay.
more like a concept idea. It's not the finished idea. It was basically just see what I can come up with. Yeah.
Oh wow, you did it in reverse. It looks like.
Oh yeah, I start from now and then move backwards because we
All right.
know what we know from the
Uh,
migration onwards. I just wanted to see, okay, if I then go backwards, how could I lead up?
that's
What
cool. That's okay.
believable history could I create that leads up to the Greyhawk we know? That was my premise, so to speak. And I started to work on those ideas. Yep.
So let's just have fun with this one. Screw it.
Yep.
I forget what button I got to hit. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, good one, Jay.
Yeah. Okay. It has an eyeball in this one too. I didn't even catch that earlier on. I guess it's
Oh
sentient
God.
now in
Mm-hmm.
this. So my freaking nightmare. All right.
That's your lemonade. You take
Oh
lemon,
my
biggest lemon
God.
in your and make lemonade out of it. Yeah.
Geez, a great story that Sargent actually wrote in from the ashes turned into this with the Doom Grinder. I just can't. It's so awful. Yeah, that's the Adventure Doom Grinder there. So yeah, just note Anna's map's off on this, which is fine, but from where the Doom Grinder is a direct line to Greyhawk City. Fort Lamont in this map is actually in the way. Fort Lamont, that's Fort Lamont getting run over, by the way. There's Curtis's favorite location off Greyhawk, Sour Load. So we won't say why. But yeah, but that's the Doom Grinder. And here's the map cover on it. I mean the cover of the book. You find this, it's a collector's item, great. Don't open it, it'll hurt. So yeah, there you go, the Doom Grinder. It's so the Doom Grinder for mine is still the clock clock, you know, foretelling the doom of everyone, not this horrific. Here's the good one. That's a
So
cool
you
picture.
go,
Yeah.
you go back to, you'd strip it back to Sargent's original
Yep.
rumors and legends,
Yep.
and then from there, where would you go with it? Do you think
Well,
you would?
I had been where my guys were regularly playing. They were out there, and there was it's called Portents of the Great Apocalypse. So, if you remember, I'm not Len. Oh my God, Ed created a deity, Silakra, which was a fire goddess demigod who was kind of had these cultists out there running about, that were trying to bring about certain things have to happen. It's kind of like the seventh sign, the movie, right? You have to get these signs. You have to manually do them to get the apocalypse to happen, and that's kind of what I was doing a couple years back. I may pick it back up at some point, but yeah. So that's the way I like it. It's a foretelling of the end of the world. Kind of a little
So
bit fun.
our own Lord Brezen, Rich, had an idea on in chat, which I thought was a cool one, which is that it was counting down the date to the release of the what's that monster called? Like
Yeah, the Tarrasque.
the Tarrasque,
Yeah,
and that it's a flan, like a flan legend,
that's a good idea.
and the PCs maybe have to go in there and reset the clock, blah 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 blah, and you don't let
It's another
the
good
big.
idea. I can live with
You're
that
not
idea.
thinking big enough, Gary.
Well,
You gotta think like a kaiju movie. Okay, so the
kaiju
the Tarrasque gets out. The Doom
Yes.
Grinder is what fights the Tarrasque.
Oh my God, man.
Oh, that is a moving vehicle.
So we can laugh about this because it is ridiculous. So, yeah, there you go. I just that picture alone just makes me laugh. It's got
Oh my
teeth
God,
too. It must chew. Yeah, it's like a freaking big Pac-Man with a spinner on the top.
yeah, it looks
So,
like a beholder with no
oh
stalks.
my gosh. So, yeah, that one is that's mine on this round there.
Well, that's a
So,
good one, Jerry.
yeah, thank you.
I think you get a lot of almost universal agreement.
I'm 2 for 2 with Philidor in that one. So, yeah, so far so good. So, go ahead, Mike.
Maybe the Doom Grinder's counting down the time before Philidor has to go home.
Well, then
Good one.
it's a big, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, this is all really good stuff you guys are throwing out. Okay, I got a juicy one for you that I've not ever wrote about. I just thought about it today when I was in the dentist chair.
Oh, he's pondering.
Oh, sounds painful.
Yeah. And that is, I'm not a big fan of Rary the Trader.
That's good.
I like
the module or the concept.
The whole, yeah,
the whole thing.
The concept mainly. The module should be a source book. I do like the source material, but I just don't think the premise. I don't think it worked. I don't think it caught on with the general public. And I think it's because Rarism is a tough wizard. Don't get me wrong.
He's like as powerful as Mordenkainen.
But he's still disposable in the end, right? Like, who has an attachment to Rary? So if you really wanted a traitor adventure, you should have been Mordenkainen, the traitor.
Well, he is
because everyone thinks he's a villain, anyways.
He is a traitor. Did you see that new thing coming out? And it's Mordenkainen saving Forgotten Realms. I mean, Ed must be turning over in his grave. Even though he's not dead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that.
I'm sorry. I saw that thing for the announcement with Mordenkainen. It forgot. I'm like, what the hell? They're not learning. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah. You're dead on right. You're right. Mordenkainen would make much more sense.
Yeah. Is supposed to be this guy who thinks he's smarter than everyone else, just like Rary. But Rary don't have a manifesto. He don't have a plan. Like, what was his plan?
Yeah.
Mordenkainen would definitely have some kind of plan.
Yeah.
In the end, it would go somewhere because he's an important character. They would have done something with it.
Yeah, you're right.
But Mike, I think you're onto something. My main problem with the trader module is that I don't see them as. There's no reason to. Why do you want to cut a piece with Ayus? You don't trust him one bit. So meaning there's no reason to. So I retcon the whole situation as they're not that they, of course, they have a peace conference in Greyhawk. That part is there, but it's not to sign a deal with IUs. It's a signing deal against IUs, so to speak. They go up against it, and that is what Rary wants to stop, so to speak. So then, to me, it makes much more sense for Rary to go in and blow up that process of opposing IUs, because to me that makes much more political sense, because there's no sense that you should try and sign a peace deal with someone you don't trust one bit. I mean,
Yeah.
He's still sitting in the bright desert in my adventure because no one is dumb enough to go out there. Right. I tried. I told the story of Walt's character, Lena. She's the one, when there was, this is before Return of the Eight came out. Right. And she's like, I want to join the circle. And then Mordenkainen said to her, excellent. You bring me the head of Rary and you're in. And she goes, nah, I don't want to join.
Does anybody have a problem with the fact that the Rary we have is not the Rary from the Gygax campaign?
Well, that is the same, meaning what we have is not the Gygax campaign. We have the published version of Greyhawk, which is another fork.
He's not even a wizard. He's not even a wizard.
Yeah.
So it's like a mistranslation, or someone looked at the spell list in the first edition Player's Handbook. They plucked out the name and then made him into an archmage.
But that's part of the interesting dynamics.
Certain too.
Yeah, it's part of the charm of Greyhawk for sure. It's a sloppy setting. You know?
Yeah, but we have multiple forks. We have the original Gary's original home campaign, Gary and Kunt's home campaign, and then we have the first published setting, and after that we have this split up. So TSR continued that published setting, post Gygax, and then Gygax continued to write the Gorge stories. So we got like two forks there, and then I will simply consider the later, like Living Greyhawk is another fork that is completely devoid of from. I'm not talking about the Living Greyhawk Gazetteer, because that was organized. I see that as the continuation of TSR Wizard of the Coast published Greyhawk, but all the triads work is multitude of regional forks of Greyhawk going all over the place, so to speak.
Look,
and now we see in a new one in 25E, Greyhawk is another fork again, so to speak. Sorry.
Eric Mona baldified Mordenkainen, so it's on him. Eric did it.
Yeah, but I don't mind that. We a lot of people that get older, they shave off their heads.
It's definitely a tone shift.
Look, Elminster still got his hair. We see him every time we're at a con.
Oh yeah, Rary seems to have his too. Yeah,
absolutely. And in fact, that looks like Rary.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks like
Rary and Elminster look pretty similar, actually.
Yeah, it's the Gandalf look. Yeah.
Also, having a traitor Mordenkainen allied with Robar makes more sense.
So that is on my other list, which I haven't shown yet, but I might as well just start bringing this up. On my 10, this is my 10 things I hated about Greyhawk, and I have down here under my honorable mention, ready to trade or Robbler assisting. This is when Rob Kuntz was talking to us, and he's like, there was no way he would do that. That makes no sense, right? So I have that down under my honorable mention list here of stuff I really,
Nice.
And
along with the Animus.
Yeah. And you have Castle Greyhawk on the list. That's my list too, because it doesn't really fit the setting that you have this gigantic castle, meaning and to me, meaning I want to who built it, for what purpose, why is it there, and all that, so to speak. Yeah.
WG7 is one of the few cases where they retconned something they didn't like already. So the fans didn't have to do it. They did it by publishing WGR1 and giving us a different Castle Greyhawk.
Yeah. Right. I don't mind having a Castle Greyhawk, but this big scope of it, but I understand it's a fantasy setting and we need that, and any part of Greyhawk of his.
Actually, someone just said 2 days ago they did it to piss me off. So you can figure out who that is. He currently lives in France or Corsica or wherever. And that adventure was just written to piss him off. All right.
Okay.
Which is news to me. I never knew
Well,
that. So
that was
yeah,
probably
he's
written to
yeah,
piss Gary off
Well,
too.
yeah.
those feelings are valid. Although I feel when you have a modules attached to the Castle Greyhawk called Dungeon Land and Land Beyond the Magic Mirror, then why not G7? WG7.
Right, because there's a lot of spoof going on in Greyhawk.
You know, you've already, you know,
Yeah.
broke that
Speaking,
trump.
yes, yeah. Speaking of spoof, are we going to see this, Gary? Are we going to talk about? I don't know if here Wall of Fame joke number 2. Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see what the fuck is this in your discussion?
No,
Oh no. Okay.
no.
All right.
Well, you know, we should do a show on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
This is not my Wall of Fame. This is Gary's joke Wall of Fame.
Oh yeah, which
Holy
is
crap, folks!
hilarious,
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It
awesome.
is
Yeah.
funny. Notice he didn't mess up with these.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
but
a good
he
job
messed with
on that
some of
one,
them.
Gary. That's
All
good
right.
photoshopping.
Child's play
Fantastic. Yeah.
puppets. Look, the Tomb Grinder even made it.
Yeah.
So, all right. I just wanted to make sure. And of course, he put
Yeah.
Castle Greyhawk in here
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I have a more
Villainy.
small one, little one that I think
Yes.
a small one instead of, and that is the shield of the North Kingdom, that Asian dragon thing. I don't like that. I don't like that bit
Oh, the
one bit.
the
Yeah, that
Ouroboros made out of
yeah,
a
that
dragon.
looked yeah, they was simply because they didn't have any other dragons, so someone put a Chinese dragon clip art in there, and that I think. But on the other hand, we have a sample from that was put in by I think it was Wayne Reynolds in third edition when he made the heraldry for the Knight Protectors. And that one has a much cooler looking dragon and stuff. I want to, and that's on my to-do list. And I hope I will have sample ideas. We can vote on that for a virtual Greyhawk on
Oh, nice.
to kind of do something with that and use that one, because that seems to be part of the kind of iconography of the Great Kingdom, so to speak. So I want to do something to
Heraldry.
yeah, to change that
Nice.
heraldry a bit, because I don't like that Chinese looking dragon much, lizard thingy without wings. And I tried to back 25 years ago or 30 years ago almost do something, but my skills were minuscule at the time, so I didn't do a good job of changing a bit. Now I think it's time to dig into it and see if I can do something better with it.
Maybe just make it a snake.
Yeah, either we can make a
Completely.
snake out of it, but I haven't seen any other snake symbology in Airdy Shields ever anywhere. But that dragon seems to be part of the iconography of the Airdy, going back to the early Airdy Empire and then Knight Protectors. So I can see a variant of that one being based, and then change the colors and stuff, keep the colors and stuff from it. But that's just one of my retcon ideas that I want to do because it bugs me. Yeah.
Okay. It bugs you. Well, that's
Yep.
that was an easy one, Anna. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of a
That bring-
simple one, a
that
small
brings us-
one. It does.
That brings us back to Gary, who's gonna have another crazy one coming up. I bet
Oh,
here.
yeah, I'm
Uh-oh.
going to go more vicious as time goes on.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I disagree.
No,
No, by the way,
no,
we keep
no, no. Vecna in Vecna lives.
Oh.
Retcon his entire return to Greyhawk. Leave him as a boogeyman behind the hand and eye,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
so that all his manifestations are in the hand and eye. He has a cult. The cult is cool. The
Mhm.
lore in the module, awesome. The gazetteer info, I like it.
Yep.
But just leave him as a ghost-like figure, a god, and don't put him in the set.
Gary, Valley of the Mage.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yes. I want to tie that and Vecna's mother and the Valley Elves and old stuff long forgotten. That's what I want behind my next Elven campaign.
And maybe if Vecna was never brought to Greyhawk in person, we wouldn't have all this awful Vecna stuff ever since.
What you mean, like Stranger Things?
Yeah, but I like Vecna.
Those Stranger Things guys are also misrepresenting their D&D heritage, because Vecna was not a person until 1990. He was only the legend.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
So
It was
they are not
yeah,
old enough.
I know.
Yeah, they're not old enough to have credibly played with Vecna.
That's so true.
Yeah. But I like the fact that we now have Vecna have become way more than a Greyhawk villain. But I love the fact that we got a Greyhawk villain out of it too. And then if you cut away all the other crap that we don't need, you can still
But-
make a cool
but-
Greyhawk villain out of it.
Anna, think if the villain is really the person who puts the hand in Ion.
Yeah.
They become the villain.
Yes,
They become
exactly.
The longer they put the hand in Ion, they slowly become they become inhabited by the spirit of
You
it.
really, yep. I'm totally with you. And yep.
Number 7, too much Vecna.
Yeah. No, I don't agree with too much Vecna, but it's too much non-Greyhawk Vecna that I don't care for.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what
Yeah.
I meant. And,
Yeah, but I have
yeah.
no problem with that part. I'm more worried about how to interpret it within the Greyhawk sphere in our sphere of interest, so to speak. That things get a life outside of it. That I'm not bothered by that one bit. But I'm more worried if they get. That's another missed opportunity because we know that we know roughly where Vecna's empire was geographically. That means that we can have we have a few little places. We have the where he has his throne. We know
as a
city.
historical figure, it's great lore.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to decide where to put his empire, and I decided to put it in the Rushmores.
Yeah.
At least the center of it.
Yeah.
But I think by making him a character, he just becomes like he's just another Iguanodon. And I'm sorry, Jay, to say that name.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
But it's cool.
Okay.
We should have more little places and nuggets of history and stuff like that. There should be more kind of traces of that ancient Vecna Empire should have put more, and there's a reason why the Keelland Empire functions the way it is, why the borders are the way it are, and the dim forest
more ruins, more cults, more legends, more magic. I love all that for sure.
Yep. And also meaning we have elves that have memory going back 3,000 years, cultural memory, not personal, but they have their time horizon is way longer than humans. So for them, this is still almost living history, so to speak, what happened that long ago. So you can tie a lot of cool stuff in and you can weave. And I love your idea of taking the hand and the eye being key, not Vecna as a historic, but he's an entity that can come and go, so to speak, or just be there as a sort of ghost over the landscape.
So I saw a comment by Zudrak in the chat. Do you guys assume that all the first edition artifacts and relics are in Greyhawk?
95%.
Yeah, the ones that fit my campaign, yes. Otherwise, I ignore them.
Which is the one you don't, Jay?
I haven't even thought about really which ones actually. I just if I like it, it's in, right?
Yeah.
So but I'm not gonna say all of them because I haven't gone through the list. So I don't want to say any one in particular. But there's some there that just I don't know. Like
it's a goodie bag you can pick from.
Yeah. Gary, do you have one any in particular, or do you like them all?
I mean, I just assume they're all in Greyhawk, like everything in the DMG and Player's Handbook from first edition.
For me, they may all be, but I don't want to say 100 because I just haven't gone through.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, but you don't even have to use them, but you know, it could be in the background somewhere.
Like I love one of the ones that I love the most was, and this is where we need more Roger Moore. He did that article on the Orbs of Dragonkind. That gave him a whole article. It was beautiful. It was a brilliant article, so much so that our first ever fundraiser was based off of it. Right? I mean, with Miracle the Chaotic, who kind of is retconned into Greyhawk when you think about it. So, that's the kind of thing where they get described a little bit more, and there's more history behind them. There's some history in the Dungeon Master's Guide on them, but I don't go giving out those artifacts. I make my own powerful items. That way, if something happens to them, I hate destroying published source characters, deities, and items of note. So I kind of stay away from them in
Yeah.
my games. Yeah.
Yes,
So
I think that's going to come up on my list.
very cool. All right. So that was you, Gary, right?
That was me. So
I hate
Mike
here.
or
It's
Jay.
me. It's me. I hate this organization with a fervor.
Mhm.
I hate them. They don't exist in my game. Period. In fact, the other head of that organization will no longer be the head of that when book 1 of Elf Sky comes out. And
Well,
then so he has his own organization coming out, new one, because he's like, I
Need
never
some
approved
clarification here because I don't know what you're talking about.
the Knights of Selene, the Order of the
oh,
Knights of
Knights
Luna,
of Luna.
the Knights
Yeah.
of Luna, the Knights
Mhm.
of Luna, magically created out of nothing from Sargent to oppose, Yolan. Well, I don't have to oppose Yolan because
We
Yolan's
don't really
allied.
know but the living, yeah, they used it in Living Greyhawk as
Yeah,
well. So they, yeah, as
yeah.
one of the,
Just
yeah.
it's not.
Mhm.
It's one of those organizations I could do without. I already have the Selene Sosforus Night's Watch in my game, which predates this by 15 years, so I didn't need it. And then, especially when Luke came on and said, "I don't know what you're talking about, Melf being head of
Mhm.
Lights of Lunar. Where's that?" And on that one talk show, and I was like, "Here it is." Oh my gosh, yeah, I had nothing to do with that. So there, yeah. So it's something. It's redundant in my game. That's all. This is one's favorite campaign
Yeah.
changes. That's one for me. Taking
Yeah.
out the Knights of Luna. Okay.
Need some-
All right, Mike.
Going back to Vicna, um, in that module, the world of Greyhawk has a lot of liches.
Mhm.
So why not Vecna? Now, him being a god is another thing. What I have a problem with is like Ayu's involvement, it kind of escalates really fast at the end of that module. But why not a Lich villain module? Otherwise, yeah, okay, that could be a Sararak at that point. It's
But I
just a
see
demi.
Vecna more like a Demolish. What
Yeah.
that hand and the eye is the only thing that survives, so to
So
speak.
I
Kind of.
wouldn't cut him out, but maybe has just ascended too fast.
Mhm.
Anna,
Like
but there's other
he
adventurers
he
way more
fails
than that.
upward
Die
through the
Vecna
whole
die.
publishing campaign. He
Yeah.
fails upward.
He's damn
Yeah, he does.
successful.
He fails upward. Mike's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mike's right. He fails upward. You're absolutely correct.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
but on to something new. Here's another fun one. I don't want to go talking much about the Scarlet Brotherhood taking on Sea Princes. I got a different angle on this now. This is my new Scarlet Brotherhood angle, and that is that if they were going to do that to the Hold of the Sea Princes, then around that time, then the Scarlet Brotherhood monks specifically, but the Scarlet Brotherhood should have been in all the kingdoms. I think that's what was intended. So when war broke out, there should have been a red robe monk advising every king from Ivid to Belvoir, right? On top of that, what the tripartite government is monks, thieves, and assassins. So what does every big city in the world have? Thieves guilds.
Right.
Guess what? They are all Scarlet Brotherhood infiltrated. And same with assassin guilds. So there you go. Your Scarlet Brotherhood should have been fully integrated by the time of the Greyhawk Wars. And I don't think they really got any foothold, by the way they were presenting Greyhawk Wars. No one likes that. Anyhow, so I'm saying if they could do that to the whole of the Sea Princes, they should have had their claws in everybody before that. And that would make a good campaign twist, in my opinion. So everywhere your characters go, you go to Nyrond and you're seeing Archbold. Who's that guy in the red robes standing next to him? It's like a grime of worm tongue in every.
Sorry,
courtroom.
Valmoku and Rob. Nyron deserves that. Nyron deserves it.
No,
So yeah, I have no problem with that. Yeah.
I think it's a cool idea, but I don't
No.
think it
I'm gonna
will.
stand a little
In my, I don't think it will play out because a lot of the rulers are too smart to fall for it.
Right.
The greedy and the corrupt rulers would definitely fall for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. But you see, they haven't done anything to warrant
No,
that.
but they would not trust anyone who comes from foreign lands or whatever. Meaning they need to, and yeah.
See, I think it's
Yeah.
Mike's onto something though. For wherever you're playing, it's a good thing. You don't have to. They don't have to be taking over the whole world. They're just where you are, right? And they could be everywhere
Yeah.
else, but not.
Yeah.
You got an Iron campaign, and you got to deal with the Scarlet Brotherhood. All right, good. Allows you to kill some of them.
And
Kill some of them.
that
That'll be
keeps
good.
that keeps them off the battlefield, you know, if
Yeah.
they're just behind the scenes kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
just
got a
trying
new
to
lich, Brett?
Yeah.
Brett's got a new lich up
reclaim
in the
them.
Burneal Forest. That's awesome.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Awesome. Very cool. That's a good one, Mike. I kind of like it, even though you know how much I hate the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah.
But it can
But
work
like I
as
said,
a
it could be even more insidious than that.
But
It don't have to be
yeah.
the courtrooms. It could be the thieves guilds and the
Yeah.
assassins guilds.
That I definitely agree with, because that will be a credible way of getting in under the radar in a lot of places, so to speak. So, yep, I think that's a brilliant way of tackling it, because most rulers will be very keen on who gets into their court, but the secret thieves guild or assassins guild or whatever might not even be aware of it, especially
The other thing
good
going
rulers.
against the Scarlet Brotherhood is the superiority thing. So that kind of outs them.
Yeah,
in a
they're all
way.
pale skinned and they're all like.
Well, they have to. Well, are the Souls so simple minded that they don't trust agents, non-Soul agents? Yeah.
We're very paranoid. I can imagine. It's one of
Yeah.
those things that can be.
But it goes against your effectiveness, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And even I've used a Scarlet Brotherhood. I had a fight Strandkeep Castle a little while back with them. So.
Oh yeah, they're definitely there, and I like that they are there. But it's when everything is going one way, then it becomes a bit kind of
Michael, that's a good idea. There, placing the ghost elves from Dragon 313 and Greyhawk and the Celadon. It's fine. It's on the right side of the map. Do whatever you want. No, seriously. I mean, that's a good idea. Celadon's there. If you're adventuring there, that's good. Localized. It doesn't. Localizing anything doesn't hurt the setting, and I think that's what you're supposed to do with your Greyhawk, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't, and that's good. That's a good thing.
It's just not that detailed, so that you could really mess anything up.
That's exactly what we've been saying all along for the, and we'll talk, during Virtual Greyhawk about this, about the Melf Guide. We're telling stories that were always there in the early 570s that no one knew about, that happened, and it's not affecting any future stories.
Yeah.
So okay, very good one. All right, go ahead, Anna.
Okay. I want something that I wanted for a long time that actually Joe Block, Greyhawk Ragnar, did really well, and that is to change out the too blatant reference to Islam in the Baklunish, like Al Akbar and stuff like that. Rename them, tweak over the because I don't like. There's too many straight taken from the real world in my Greyhawk. I want my Greyhawk to be Greyhawky, not just like the real world. I know what it's inspired by originally, but I want it to be so. So take the few gods that are too close to real world Islam in the Bakluni and rename them and reskin them lightly, so to speak. And Joe Block did a good job of doing that. So that is something I want to retcon. I want to take that out of it, so to speak.
So de-Islamify the Baklunish.
Yeah.
What about
I
Saint
want
Cuthbert?
the Baklunis to be Bakluni and not something from the real world, so to speak, in that sense. Yeah.
What about like Saint Cuthbert?
Yeah, I have issues with that too, but I'm not Christian enough or whatever. So that at least they're flying a little bit under the radar. But I have problems with that too. But
Well,
yeah.
I think Gygax changed his name to Trobane, right, in the novels.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe if he just has a different name.
Yeah. So
okay.
But on the other hand, St. Cuthbert is so central to the story that it's more harder to change that name that we've been using for decades.
But overall, I agree with you, and I think we had these very light touches on the Baklunish. They were basically, Arabian Nights lands. They were going to be kind of lighthearted and not, too serious. But Fred in the LGG, he took it very Islamic. He added elements of Sunni and Shia conflict, and a lot of the words are Arabic for the new terminology. So
was there any concern when you were working on the LGG when that was being developed?
That's a good question.
No, I don't remember expressing any because, frankly, everybody was worried about their own sections. So, to
Yeah.
the extent, we would tell each other, "Oh, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that," but we wouldn't.
Yeah.
We weren't micromanaging each other. I got to
Yeah.
do what I wanted with Keelan. He got to do what he wanted with the backlineage states.
Yeah.
But with hindsight, you're like, well, first of all, you should be careful with real world religions. You don't want to insult anybody by accidentally,
No,
making fun of their
exactly. And then, yeah, so,
religions.
yeah. And I like,
And the other thing is,
oh, sorry, go on.
it's a fantasy setting, so lean into the elementalism, the magic. It is a polytheistic area. It's not monotheistic, so
Yep.
adding these monotheistic elements doesn't really fit it very well.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of cultures in the Middle East, not just Arabic, that you could draw influences from.
Yep.
Slightly, but yeah, and I changed Akbar to Ekbir, just like the country. I just made it
exactly.
That
That's very easy. Yep, that's perfect to do it. And also, Sam, I like the idea of just skipping Saint and just call him Cuthbert, and that I'm okay with, because we use the English language for stuff simply because that's the language we communicate when we play the game. So we
Everything that is being discussed here now about the Alec Bar stuff leads back to what you guys were saying a little while ago about, does everything, all the artifacts in the 1E guide belong in Grok? Because if that were not the case, he would not have put Alec Bar in Grok.
Should I not give this out tonight now?
Except Gygax.
give it up. But
first of all, I love that cover.
Yeah, I love the cover. And sorry.
Gygax did mention a cup and talisman in Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but is it inferred or said that that's a god?
No, you just rename it, come up with some cool fantasy name and run the same story, and I think you're fine.
Usually Gygax would have his list of deities, right?
So that originally in the small books of the original campaign of D&D was called just the Cup and Talisman of Akbar. They added Al Akbar for AD&D, and that was probably not a good idea.
What about all the, like, for example, Forgotten Realms has all the Celtic deities and all those? I mean,
to me it's kind of boring. Same with the Nordics and stuff. I like to come up with, they should have fantasy ones. To me, that is more.
Yeah, I wouldn't use
fun.
the Indian. I wouldn't use the Indian pantheon either. You
got Mexican too, Quetzalcoatl.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's potential one.
Harold Johnson's adventure is all based on that deity, So.
And we also have to remember that Greyhawk is half a century old, and there wasn't much fantasy tradition to lean into when Greyhawk was originally invented and written and stuff. So we have to keep that in mind. But that, I think, is something that we can do for retconning. We can give it cool fantasy names and write the Greyhawks.
I'm good with either way. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not a complete. We desperately need to, but it's something I would prefer to do, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
changing them all, and I'll say this again, it's too much work. It's too much. Like Mike's shaking his head.
Look at the shield on our background today. The yellow and black shield just next to the word changes. What language is that? Is that a real world language written on that? Of course, shield?
Yeah. And
people in Ul are illiterate. That's just scribbles, Gary.
Yeah. That's, you said that before, Mike. That's awesome. I love it. But linguistically, that's something that I also would love to, if someone could conlang more of the languages of Greyhawk, not because I want to study them in detail, but it's so cool to come up with names and stuff like that, spell names, place names, character names and stuff, because then you have more of a tradition. That's what makes the Middle Earth so cool, are the languages that makes character, and I would want to have more of that in Greyhawk.
We need an amateur Tolkien in Greyhawk.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there was a netbook of names for Greyhawk that somehow culled the sources
Oh yeah.
and tried to suggest new names
Mhm.
based on previous names. And he made a lot of data for that to work very well, but
Yeah,
it
and
was.
it works really well. I'm still using it.
You're still using? Oh,
Oh
awesome.
yes, I'm still using it, and it's fantastic. I managed to get a license before it disappeared, so yeah,
Oh, wow, cool.
Oh,
I'm
disappeared.
keeping it installed and on various computers and stuff. So, and it
And it
works
has
Nice.
really
a
well.
Windows Windows 95 computer just for that.
Yeah, yeah, it's all. But so I'm extracting long lists and stuff and putting in my Obsidian, so that's on the project, so I can make sure so I can have Greyhawk names for years to come. Yeah.
Alrighty there, Gary, we're back to you.
Okay, in the audience, please don't throw any rocks. Don't get too upset. I would get rid of the circle bait. Now let me explain what I mean by that.
I'm with you so far.
I'm with you
Okay,
too. Yeah.
up,
Mordenkainen the trader. Go on.
up, up until about 1987, all the Greyhawk, all the classic modules, we didn't need the circle of eight. We didn't have the circle of eight.
Correct. There was
The
a Citadel
circle of
of eight.
eight,
There was a venture group running around.
there
Citadel.
was adventure groups, but they were only mentioned as rumors.
Yep.
In the big speech that Tensor makes in Isle of the Eight, right? He says, there are powers, there are circles working, behind the scenes to help, set the balance again. And we could have just left it at that. But the guys who authored Jim Ward and the other guys who authored Greyhawk Adventures hardcover, they said, "Oh, let's bring these guys together and give them names and backgrounds and stuff." And most of them were from the Gygax Table campaign. A few of them were a little squirrely, but it was a trend which I think was not good for Greyhawk, is to have NPCs be more important than the PCs. Because when you start going down that route, and Ed, forgive me, when you have an Elminster, then the players start to care more about what those people are doing than what they're doing. Instead of taking down the giants in G1 through 3, you're waiting for Mordenkainen to tell you what to do.
Hey, they have,
you know.
you know my thoughts. Sorry, R.A. Salvatore. The world where no one ever dies permanently. I mean, I
The
just,
plot
I want
armor,
those
the plot
heroes.
armor
Yeah.
in the Forgotten Realms is tremendous. Yes, once characters have plot armor, they become so boring, so uninteresting. They're unkillable. And I think the circle went in that direction. And then so a lot of these arguments that we're having about rarity and stuff, they wouldn't even exist if these characters just stay in the background. And then here's the second half of my argument, which is these were characters played by real people, Gygax, Rob Kuntz, whatever.
Yeah, you can
Can
look
we
at the
just
Rogues Gallery.
retire them and leave them alone?
Yeah.
We can create new characters.
Yeah.
We can create new stories. They could exist. You can mention that there's a Lord Robolar in the city of Greyhawk, but you don't have to do anything with it. We're making
Gary,
the star of the module.
You were describing what WotC has done for the last 10 years. Where
hold on. You mean FanFun is gonna behead me?
What? No, you're describing what they're doing. I mean, how many more adventures with Igwolf do I have to see, or do I have to see Strahd, or do I have to see? Oh my God!
Well, the problem has become so acute that now Greyhawk characters are being borrowed into the Forgotten Realms for
Yeah, what's his name from from Horrors? He's everywhere. Acerak, right?
Acerak.
Yeah,
Acerak. Yeah.
Come up with something.
Vecna is overexposed. Igwilf is overexposed.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
It makes the settings feel small. And I think, credit to Sargent, he expanded the tableau. He created so many new villains and characters.
He did.
Yes. We try to follow in his footsteps. I try to develop more of the Great Kingdom and Keeland and add things like the Silent Ones and Death Knights, just to try to expand, the range of people that we could interact with.
Right. Or people ripping out tongues with tongue tools.
Yeah, that's right. So, leave the Circle of Eight as a rumor. Leave Mordenkainen as a retired adventurer. We didn't really need them to be. Maybe making Mordenkainen like the Elminster or Greyhawk is definitely a bad way to go. So,
no, I agree on that. I have it when they're in Greyhawk, the high level good characters. They only deal with Tensor, right? That's it. There's no other circle
They
members.
use tensor as a bit of
And
a
Otto's a
mentor.
joke. Otto hangs out with one of them, eats a lot of cakes and stuff and parties,
Mhm.
but they don't see Nystol. They don't see any of the others for the most part. But now I do have that Greyhawk Mage class where they go and they tutelage under each of them, right? Well, except for Luke, which is actually a Greenwood's character, is under Jawal, who's the dark elf stuck in that library. He never comes out, right? So that kind of works. There's a lot of he created a lot of characters in that Free Secret box set, which are all like Karen Jalusian, all of them. They're pretty cool, you know. So
Absolutely.
there's other characters to expand on. So yeah, I agree. I give you that one, Gary, on that. We don't really need to circle bait. We really don't. So
Yeah.
oh, that's a good
We
point.
need more iconic modules that are sandboxes for the PCs
Yeah.
to discover and play in.
All right, time to go, Sergeant, on your ass too here.
Uh-oh.
All right, number 4 on my list here, which I hate as much as the Doom Grinder, is the frickin' Moonbow. I hate the Moonbow.
Okay.
Elves,
Moonbow, refresh
the
We're talking
elves,
about the
the
Moon
elves
Arc.
all of a sudden have to go to Lendor Isle now instead of just die, right? Oh, they're gonna wander off like the Grey Havens is and frickin' Lord of the Rings.
if there's
Oh my
one
God,
Boy.
if there's one criticism about Sargent that I definitely
too much
resonate with
Tolkien.
is that
Yeah.
he follows Tolkien a little too closely.
Yep.
This definitely feels like
Yeah.
the leaving that the elves of Middle Earth
Yeah. Oh,
have,
yeah.
the sense that
Yep.
they have to
Mhm.
leave. They even have an island, right off the coast that mirrors, what they had in.
Yeah, and they took Len's Island too, which is really bad. I mean,
that was not.
so
Yeah.
what do you
Well,
do? You
that was late. That was not started. That was after in Living Greyhawk. He used the spin. They originally was the spin drifts they went to, not
Okay.
Lendor Isle. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And there's a confusion of what is Spindrift and what's
what is
Lendor
Lendor?
Isle.
True.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
has been
Yeah.
confusing for a
Yeah.
lot of writers and stuff over the
Yeah.
years. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm showing a lot more of these now, so too much Vecna in the Circle of Eight
Yeah.
dying,
But I agree with you halfway, Jay. I totally agree that Sargent made the elves way too Tolkien-esque, and
What's
so
up,
I don't
Jeff?
hate the Moonbow per se, but because I think we could do something cool with it, make lemonade out of
You're
lemons.
too much of a
so to speak.
compromiser.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, I really try hard in this
It
case
doesn't
too.
exist in
Yeah.
my game.
I never got the impression that Gygax held elves in particular reverence. I think
That's-
he took his inspiration from different novels in the Appendix N.
Yeah.
Right.
Where elves are a little more capricious and evil, and sometimes and
So
aren't always
I agree.
well intentioned.
I agree. I mean, Marquess is one of the most evil surface elves in existence, right? And that was during
Yes.
the Slaver series. So those guys, and that was all Schick and Hammock and Johnson and Zeb Cook, right? Those 4, right? They were they were a great series, and they had a couple dark elves in it, but they really had Marquessa in it, and then she just got worse when Slavers reference came out. And look at Carlos has a series of successful adventures based off of her, which is awesome. I don't. There's a great character in, it's either I think it's Eyes of Evil or From the Ashes, Eyes of Evil or Marklands, and that's Serenal. He's a knight of the High Forest, but like he's got these milky white cataracts. He's only 200 years old, and the Moonbow's calling him to leave already. I'm like, what? I mean, 200 years old is like a child for gray elves and high elves almost.
Restore the first edition elf lifespans, please.
Yeah, well, I have. That's what I have. And I've always said that. I've always said that it doesn't make a lot of sense because in published source.
So you don't like the people of the testing.
No.
That's what he's referring to.
Yeah,
But here's some duality, though.
Go ahead, Mike. You're up.
Jay's got some duality here.
Yep.
He don't want the elves leaving, but he also doesn't want the elves fighting, which is the Knights of Luna. The elves who want to stay and fight.
No, because I have the Selene Susforce Night's Watch, which is fighting, and has been fighting.
So that's just copying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, exactly. So
right,
you're correct. I have another organization, but see, Yolan has limited their charter, but she doesn't want them getting too powerful to 12. So they're only ever allowed to have 12 members. Yeah.
Right. Now, I
was
haven't read
pretty
up
sure.
on the people of the testing a long time because it's just not something that
Yeah.
interests me.
What's
But
up
I
there?
believe that's
We're
a
having a
very
fun discussion.
exclusive club. We're not talking
Yeah,
about like
it's a small number of elves, not the main.
droves of elves or marching
Yeah.
off like in Lord of the Rings, but it's still
Correct.
it's a small chosen group.
It's okay. I mean, it's something that he decided to go that direction, and just like you said, I
Yeah.
I choose not to use it. I don't know anyone who really talks about it that much, but it's all over. It's all over those books.
If
When you find
anything,
that's what the deity Sahin's about.
Sihanin is doing us a favor. There's way too many elves in Foriandi and Valuna, and trying to bring them
That's
populations
funny.
down, right?
That was good, Mike.
But
Yeah.
that's one of my biggest
Population.
things. Biggest thing in the list is that I want all the demi-humans and humanoids to be worked over significantly in Greyhawk. They need character backstory. The halflings need a home. The gnomes need also that many.
Oh.
They need character. The elves are just another realm where they live a little bit longer, and there's a few mechanic things and maybe pointy ears. I'm not even sure if that is a real Greyhawk thing or not, but to me, that's not enough. I want the elves to be, I don't want Tolkien-esque elves, but I want elves that are interesting, have a culture difference, and function differently and stuff. So now I'm overhauling how I want elves to function, both mechanically and thematically in my game, really from the ground up. And that's one of the most interesting things I've gotten to dig into. So I really love that part. And there are many others to all of the other ones and the humanoids and stuff too. They're just sprinkled out as enemies, but there's no where do they come from? What's their story and so on and so forth throughout they're just there as opponents and where it's convenient for them to be as opponents. And that is something but I totally get where Greyhawk comes from and how these stories evolve, but I think it's time to start telling them in a more interesting way to build thematic cool stories and stuff. So that's something I want major retcons. And I want the halflings to have a place to come from, not just spread out willy-nilly here and
Oh,
there. Yeah.
wait till we get back to me.
Okay, there you go. Yep. That was my big thing that I want to dig into the, a lot that I would love to see for Greyhawk. Yeah.
Mike, so who's up next? I lost
You
track.
just went, Jay.
Yeah,
You
go
just
for it,
went.
Mike.
Oh, I'm having much more fun riffing off your guys' crazy
Yeah, which is
changes than
awesome.
my own. But I do have a real quick one I want to get out of the way. So Anna was talking about heraldry earlier.
Mhm.
She said that the Chinese dragon in the North Province was kind of didn't fit, right? Well, zoom in here on the Fief of Alyssa.
Oh yeah, they have you
What
have
you're looking at
the
there,
bombs. Yeah.
which yes,
Bombs.
Yep.
Black Powder and Greyhawk is
Yep.
in.
Wait a minute. Are you sure that's what those are?
That is 100% what they are.
That's what they
They aren't
are, but
they ain't
yeah.
nightingales, Gary.
Yeah.
They look like bombs.
They're bombs.
Yeah. I
I
totally
don't
agree.
know. I don't know. Heraldry has to. Whoever did this actually studied their heraldry. I would look at a book of heraldry just to make sure that they aren't orbs.
Well, anyhow, that was just my
Yeah.
in. That was my in to my topic, Gary,
Yep.
which is black powder should be a-okay for girl. It's
Okay.
dumb. Why limit it?
And
What's that hurting?
would you have just cannon or do you have handguns?
I've done that in my Sea Princess campaigns. I've had cannon
Yeah, single
and
shots.
and pistol stuff. And right, they end up
So
being
what's
inefficient.
what's the level of tech you would cut off? What's the cutoff point?
Black powder.
Yeah, 1400s.
Flintlock. Yeah.
Flintlocks?
Yeah.
1400s. Okay.
1400 single shot.
Slow loading muskets.
Yeah, yeah. You got to have them preloaded before the fight.
It's all for flair because your standard D&D magic and weapons are gonna outdo them anyways.
Yeah. So if anyone saw Fortress Elendar, they had that bomb barge, right?
No, grenades could be something. Yeah,
it was
grenades
fun.
could be fun.
I've put rare cannon on ships.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon, and because remember, smoke powder is part of the Priest of Merlin's abilities, right? According to
I
Slade.
was gonna say, is Merlin still special in your campaign, Mike, or is he?
Oh yeah. I would say so.
Oh,
but
he's still got those revolvers. Then.
Here's another one that snuck by the censors, Gary. Delib, the article on Delib in Dragon Magazine. You know what Delib has? God of Intellect.
Yes.
Guitar.
He has a musket.
Oh, his musket. Yeah.
He
Oh,
has a musket.
That's a weird thing. Yeah.
Yes. So
Well,
there's inroads here.
let's. Yeah. I mean.
Well, gods can go to parallel Earths.
And when I was running my Sea Princess campaign back in the day, when I was flirting with this idea, I've only done it once. I made this stuff kind of chiefly come out of Iron Gate. I gave that a reason to go to Iron Gate. They're good at making their weapons. The dwarves were crafting these,
Merlins.
devices that no one else had.
Oh God.
You can't go to just
Yeah.
any country and get this stuff.
We have Mr. Eastwood here. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Foot loosing, black powder. That's right, Eric. Yes. Free the black powder.
Mike, I got no problem with it in a game because
Yeah.
really, a heavy crossbow is doing more damage than a
Yeah.
freaking flintlock.
Yeah, you see, at the end of the day, it's not. It's maybe it's cross genre stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not game breaking.
No, it doesn't have to be. For me, it's more like, oh, I don't want it in there. It's everywhere else. Yeah.
That is one of the unique aspects of Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd
Forgotten
throw that
Realms
one out
have,
for you.
Does Forgotten Realms have powder?
I think they might.
Yeah, in
Gond,
certain
Gond.
certain areas. I think Kalimshan. But I don't know enough about it. We can always ask Ed, and he'll he'll probably say it's a touchy subject, and he'll say, well,
Yeah.
I didn't write this, but this is what's happened. So.
And not to be that guy, but in modern D&D, stuff like artificers and gunslinging classes are more common.
Well, they were a core part in Pathfinder for the whole time. They had a gunslinger class and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I got one in the cartoon too. He's got that magical sentient gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that others use it in their games. I don't
cool.
like it in my game. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I played in games where you've had it, and then like Pathfinder organized play a lot, and I wasn't bothered as a player, but I don't want it in my campaign when I'm running it. Yeah.
Fine.
Mm.
Not for
Yeah.
everyone. I'm
Exactly.
once in a
Yeah.
blue moon. Like I know Curtis and those guys when that thing went off and it dropped 2 bombs and then they destroyed it and it blew itself up. Right? They were scared to death about getting hit by it because it was just dropping this huge, explosion in an area, which is like almost like a fireball going off around them. So it was fun. It served its purpose. One shot, and that was that.
Just like a necklace of firebead,
Yeah.
just
Nicholas. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Necklace of missiles. Yeah. All right, Anna, you're up. Good one, Mike.
Okay. Yeah. So we have let's see here. Done a lot of one thing I want to see, it's not so much a retcon, but I want to know the story more and stuff, and that is Ferrond and Vol and later Veluna and Highfolk, and how that ties into Vecna's empire and how it ties into the Erdi and the story. I want to have the story of Ferron, the viceroyalty, and how that developed, so to speak. That is something I want to have way more detail, because that is underwritten. There's so much story there that is not been written that I would love to know more about, so to speak.
Okay.
And it's so that is more like an add-on rather than a retcon, because what's there, it's
right.
Not changing anything. You just want more detail.
Yeah, I want to have more meat on the bones there. Yeah, definitely, because it's one of these things that is so core to the setting, but it's then it's not being talked about much, so to speak. And there's a lot of cool stuff you can put in there. And another thing in the same area but more geographically is that why is the Greyhawk Peninsula not, there's nothing on there, and it's probably the hottest property geographically in the whole setting in a lot of sense, and there's nothing more than a slaver's little cove. Yeah, so I wonder what is it there, but that is something you can actually make something out of. You have the sunken Isle of Woe and stuff disappearing in there, and so there might be reason no one wants to live there. So yeah,
Alright.
you can make lemons out of that, or lemonade out of that lemon that is there too. So I'm not retconning things. It's more like I point out things that I think there should be more work digging into it, so to speak.
Gary, you're up, because I lost my mouse pointer and I can't do anything right now. I can't do anything
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
I will introduce this next one this way. I feel like Greyhawk has two things to deal with if it ever got revised, in a new revision with more detail and updated. One is the problem with the Rennie. So
Mhm.
obviously the Rennie, you're not going to be able to use a G word, and you probably should not be describing them in those terms with all the tropes of, Hollywood gypsies and stuff. And on the other hand, I have this problem where the halflings, the hobniz, are some of the most undefined, boring race in the setting. So I had this idea a few years back of combining the two, making the
Okay.
Rennie a hobbit race, essentially
That is an interesting way of solving the halfling conundrum. Yeah.
It does, because so there are these barge traveling halflings
Yeah.
who are known for their roguishness, for their
Yeah.
thieving, and maybe some.
Interesting way. Yeah. Never.
And
Damn, that's smart. Yeah.
that would give them a backstory. I think that would be very
Yeah.
rich.
Mhm.
Now, if someone says, "Well, I don't want all my halflings to be Rennie," that's fine. That could
Well,
just
you
be
have
a
the
subculture.
Atloy. You have the
Yeah.
Atloy, the
You
other,
have
the
Atloy.
land. Yeah.
Yeah, and these creatures, these demi-humans, would essentially live in the shadow of humanity. They love to live in cities. They love to live near humans because they love
And
food. They love, they love
yeah, and also
protection.
if you watch the Amazon take on Amazon series, then you had a kind of a blueprint for the Atloy in those early pre-Hobbits that were in that series, whatever that was called, the Power of the Ring or whatever it was. Yeah, leading up to it.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have these
No mouse.
this culture that migrated with the humans, with the Iridians, maybe, and
Yeah.
they developed their own subculture next to humans, but with a distinct flavor. And I think it would help fill in a lot of the backstory for halflings in the setting.
Yeah.
Again, not sure I would actually do it.
No, but it's an interesting option that I think requires some serious.
And we shall call them Kinder.
No, we shall call them.
That was not my idea.
Rennie Hobniz.
Yeah, but it's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We cannot take care of two problems in one go there.
That's what I was thinking, Anna. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But then we're left with, I think, the gnomes being the poorest culture with lacking lore.
Yeah, but I see them could be tied into Elvendom or something like that. They could be
the
part of the Fae. Yeah, because I want to make the elves more Fae-like, so the gnomes can fit into that.
I mean, I always go back to the original Gygax sources, and I like his take that gnomes are very warlike, very badass.
Okay. Yeah.
Flinty Hills, Cron Hills. These are people you don't want to mess with. But yeah, it doesn't have to be all gnomes. But yeah, it's
Well, we know some of them are evil because they pop up in every evil villain has some gnomes.
They do seem to like to work for evil people.
Exactly. So there is a precedent for that.
There is a precedent. There's a precedent for evil halflings, because apparently in the early '80s, TSR released a set of Ayuz and his evil halflings.
Yep.
So,
and Dark Sun is full of nasty halflings too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my.
So anyway, that was mine. That's a wacky one. That's a wacky one.
It's a good one.
But I think that's part of some people just want to make counterculture. They want to make something that is opposed to what the tradition says. Mm-hmm. So of course you want evil gnomes and halflings because they are the cutest little creatures in normal.
They're shocking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that halflings are the second most common race in the Flannis to human?
No.
I would say, because if you added them up, there's,
Oh,
there's a
you
few.
mean all the little percentages from all
Yeah.
from the oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
and also a small little kind of folks like that, I think they tend to cluster simply for survival. They wouldn't spread
Yeah.
themselves thin. They will
No, they know
congregate. Yeah.
why build walls when the humans have already built the walls.
Yeah. But that's why I like you. There's some cool, interesting merits to your idea of having Rennie being halflings. Yeah, that
Mhm.
kind of that solves so many problems. Now you gave me interesting things to think about here. Damn. Yeah. I can't unthink this.
So
Yeah.
if the
It's
Rennie
tough.
if the Rennie or halflings, is Kaz a halfling, Gary?
Oh, well, Costa's not Rennie, but we cannot credit any of Samwise's heresies.
Yeah, but that's that's going overboard, so to speak. That's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
bad.
just-
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, because I don't think Vecna would hire a halfling as a no.
just put it out there because
If the
Yeah,
sword
yeah.
is if the sword is taller than the man.
Yeah. Then the big the sword of Kaz is just a short sword. No, that wouldn't. I don't think
Two-handed
that's
sword.
it. Yeah.
I'm throwing up my list here. So you want to shout out any of these? Because my number one of all time is up there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we figured you'd do that one.
Yeah. It's just
Your number 8 is interesting one.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you about your number one first.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What do you think happens then if he doesn't get turned into a vampire? In your campaign, did he marry Jolene? And what year did that happen? What year did that happen?
Like 576, 577, early on. So we actually ran that.
Your campaign would diverge from the Greyhawk Wars. Then you wouldn't have the same lineup.
No, because Valuna didn't. Valuna, it was too long. Valuna said, "You guys get married. We're not merging." Right. That's what I did.
Oh, okay. That's what you did.
I was
Okay.
like, me, I don't like changing the map because I couldn't. Right. As a kid, I'm like, how do I change this map? So there was no.
So you would have him come back and everything, preserving the timeline as much as possible.
Yeah, there's no changes to it. It's just there's no Belvork abdicated and Thrommel's the king now, and that'll be in book 2 of the Elf Guide too. So don't worry about it.
But Valuna and Farundi are still separate realms.
Separate. They got married and all, and it's just because everyone who I don't know anyone who did not run Temple of Elemental Evil and did not free him. No one slaughtered it. Oh, he's a vampire. It just didn't happen. I mean, I know it's a big thing with Dale too. Dale freed him. Everyone freed him. It just doesn't make sense.
Anybody in chat? Did anybody kill Thrum?
Yeah.
When I ran it,
yes,
the players did not find it.
Okay.
I believe it's an inaccessible place that you'd have to lead the players to find. And then what they do with it after that's another thing. But I don't think it was an easy find at all.
It's
actually find. Better off just eliminating.
Mike, it's not an easy find, but there are directions as to what happens when you free him in the adventure that says he recovered. You give him Fragarak back, he gives you another final word sword. So that makes an assumption that you're going to rescue him in there. So I don't know. So no, it's just I still to this day say one of two things. Monty Cook or whoever wrote that, it was a joke putting him in there because they had done the same thing and no one had done anything with Thrommel and that it was a joke. Or two, it was terrible, lazy writing. So I tend to want to think it was the first one, that the whole thing of him being a vampire wandering around and there was a joke in the adventure. I just don't want to think that they were that bad of writers, that they forgot everything that happened in the Temple of Elemental Evil. That's my opinion on it. It's so vital to my campaign. I mean, the entire the entire Battle of Emerald Meadows, the whole thing of the temple, all that's where my campaign started, the base for everything. So that's why
you're killing your thing here. That was the most sensible way you talked about this.
Thank you. Well, there you go.
Yeah, now you sorted it out.
Yeah,
what can we taunt you with now? Yeah,
right. I'm getting a little more
354 shows, and he's
exactly. And now you put that one to the rest here. That's not. I'm worried, Jay. What should we do?
Look,
what should we do?
I mellowed out the last year.
Yeah.
Also, number 8. the torture of endless delights from the guy from the Sea of Midisia, right? The censor, the holy censor. And then the one that really got me was, and Casey talked about this all the time. They put that guy up on the tower out. I forget who it was. Was it Morgan? It was some whatever. And then he eventually got away. They put him up on the tower. They put a ring of regeneration on him, and then they tore him apart every day
Yeah.
in there. And I'm like, guys, that's not what a ring of regeneration is for. It's
No,
not
not
meant
was
to
it
torture.
for, but I can totally see that
Yeah.
evil Nailexes can come
It's
up with
yeah, it's not
ideas.
what
So
it's
yeah,
for, but it's
yeah,
creative.
exactly. So yeah, so I can totally see the
I mean,
ruthless,
Jay,
horrible Nailexes do that.
it's a
Yeah,
setting with demons and devils who do
Yeah,
Right,
probably
but
yeah.
far
this is
worse
this is an
things.
item of that first of all you shouldn't be giving out randomly. I mean, there's probably
No, for
3.
sure not.
I haven't given out a true ring of regeneration in my campaign in 30, 40 years. It's 30 years, 30 years. I
Mhm.
give away vampiric
I'm
stuff.
not even sure if I want to have it in
No,
my
no.
campaign.
The
Yeah,
vampiric stuff's good. You get your hit points, half
Mhm.
your hit points back if you crit or something like that on a weapon.
yeah,
That's different. It's not rebonding limbs and stuff.
yeah.
This stuff goes too far. I always thought that. Like the game setting's horrible enough, right? And
No, but I
yeah,
like the
yeah.
idea in that sense as a plot device that the horrible, evil Nailexes do horrible, evil stuff, so to speak. That to me,
Yeah.
and
And
so
like
thematically it fits the story.
Yeah, Rob
like
puts it in there.
Yeah,
It's Prometheus
Sam and
redone. It's Prometheus
yeah,
redone. He's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
it's a Greek
yeah,
Greek Hades
yeah,
torture myth.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But he was and Prometheus was was not even a god. He was a titan, right? He's the one only it's a titan that sided with the gods. And so, but I don't know. It's just
yeah.
that was just one of the it's a bugaboo of mine. That's all.
Oh
So
yeah,
Yeah.
completely understandable, bugaboo. Because
yeah,
if you don't want that type of content in your game, you should not have it.
Would
Yeah.
you object to Spidassa being subject to a tickle torture?
that's funny. Uh, normal torture works for me, and then when the person finally wastes away, so be it. There's I
I
see, that's
I
good enough.
agree that
Not
I
a
don't
problem.
want it in the actual campaign with
Yeah.
PCs and NPCs.
Plus with
I think
kids, I don't
it's
want
It's one of
yeah.
these
it's a step too
veiled
far.
things that
It's so awful.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
prefer to
hit
keep my
you
Greyhawk
yeah,
PG-13.
yeah.
yeah.
But
I
as far as legends and what other people do in distant lands or something, it doesn't
yeah.
bug me too much. But
Okay.
No, for me it's like villains, evil villains
Mhm.
do evil things. But it's something that you have
Any
I don't want to put mechanics on it
right,
that
but
too much. Yeah.
any villain who does that and doesn't want to wear that themselves is stupid, right? Because that's such a powerful item.
Mhm.
I mean, the thing is, if they were common, every king and
Yeah.
potentate would be wearing it.
Yeah. But it
so
might be simply be
Yeah.
also the emperor showing that he's so damn powerful he doesn't even need it.
Yeah, I guess.
that would be
Yeah.
arrogant.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
but
As an
that's
irony, so to speak, to prove to people that I'm so powerful, I don't even need that. I
any of
can
these.
take an item that is so powerful that an empire would kill everybody in order to, an emperor would go over whatever in order to get it, and the overking can, well, I don't even need it. I use it on my enemies. Yeah.
We don't need to go over like the Caladra. We've beat that a dead horse forever on the
Yeah.
Caladra and stuff, so we
Yeah.
don't need to talk about that one.
Yeah, the drow are pretty nasty.
Yeah, and the Elder Elemental
Yeah.
God Farrison thing has been beaten to death too, so we don't need to discuss that either.
Yeah.
So, but see, look, and Castle Greyhawk, and the one other thing is the other thing that I hate, I never allowed was the anything items out of the Unearthed Arcana. Oh God, they were. You like those, Mike? I hated them.
Unearthed
No, they're
Arcana, I
just funny.
can't
I've
even,
never
Alright,
used them.
So you
I
could
can't
have
even remember
you
what
could have
items there were.
a ring, and you could change it 3 times to any of the rings that were in the book, or you
Oh,
could have
wow.
a sword.
Oh no, I don't.
I
Like
was
that.
like, no. Because first off, you go right to love number 8. Yeah, rings. Yeah, of course you do, Bill. You love.
The treasure rules of D&D I've never ever used ever.
It was one
I
of those
simply
things.
just ignore the XP and treasure. I always ignored from the game is written, so to speak. I've always ignored those rules because
that was my list way back all those years
Uh-huh.
ago.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed much. I mean, this was a joke. The variable block air transit system. I heard that Living Greyhawk thing. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You have a tube, a vacuum system where you jump up and it shunts you 25 miles in the air and you float. Like what? What is this? The Jetsons meet It's like
It's too high magic for Greyhawk. I'm not even a fan of the floating garden in Chendel. It's too
right.
high magic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the Cloud Giant
especially when you're a
in the
paladin.
GDQ, right?
You're a
Yeah.
paladin. You could afford having a floating garden, and people are starving in
Yeah.
Furion.
True. There's a lot of stuff that Magic can go too far,
Yeah.
right, in the game. So, and that's it. It's all about balance. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess
I have
what,
one.
Jay?
What's that?
I have a comic for you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This is an
It's a Melkot one.
Oh.
this is an old comic.
All right, hold on. Let me bring it up.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it the air transit
This
system one?
comic is
Oh.
18 years old.
Oh yes. Hold on 1 second here. I got to get to this. Wait a minute.
So it's legal.
Oh man. Let's see this. All right, here we go. Bringing it up. Are you tired of fighting monsters with the wrong type of magic sword? These giant slayer swords, he's good against dragons. Well, being a hero is so easy with the other thing sword. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah. Just choose any type of magic sword and the power you need, and presto. Yes,
Presto.
exactly. Oh my god. And then for the makers, anything there's anything armor and anything ring. Yes, there was. It was freaking nuts. Big deal. I have a ring of wishes. Yeah. Oh my god. And then but that's not all. Buy one anything product and we'll throw in a free anything item. Yes. Not only magazines, bag so many options. Swing. Oh my god. Don't delay. Get your anything magic item right now. Oh my gosh. I've seen
Anything
another
item,
king
call
yeah, exactly.
call WOGDH
Oh
555. Oh, that's
God,
awesome.
yeah. That is
No
it,
form
man.
can be reiterated if the item commanded into. Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, that's
that
the
is
rules
so
on
good.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's good, Mike. That's good. I like
Good
the teeth. I
times.
like the one without no teeth. That's awesome. It looks great here. Yes, it's. All right, I'm done for the night on mine. So go ahead, Mike. What do you got for one last one?
Ooh, I really don't have anything else, but I guess
I
I
have-
could.
sorry.
No, I'll let Anna go.
Go ahead, Anna.
Yeah,
Like I said,
one-
all I was doing was riffing off you guys.
No, it's just
Okay,
great,
cool.
man. That
Yeah,
was perfect. I didn't know you did that
I
one.
have one last one, and that's one of my biggest one. Is that active neutrality crap? Write that out of the story. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. It's just stupid crap in my opinion. Yeah, it was number one on my
Active
10 things I
neutrality.
hate. Yeah,
It kind of comes with the
balance,
Circle of
active
Eight, yeah.
neutrality, Mordenkainen crap kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, write
Rose
that out
Trader.
and just delete it out of the books and I'm good. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Right.
that's one of my biggest. I got so depressed when I read that. It was like, oh, yeah.
Got a lot of yeses about that in chat. So
Oh, good. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess while I have Gary here, I have another one.
Go for it.
Uh-oh.
You got
Oh,
time.
yes.
The Flight of Fiends got rid of all the demons and
Not
stuff,
all.
right?
Not all.
Well, enough of them.
The ones that came during the Greyhawk Wars.
That's not my point. My point is the World of Greyhawk has too many undead. That there's not enough room for Gary's Death Knights to flourish with all the
Because everyone's an
animuses.
animus. I said that.
Yeah. We need
Too much
fewer
undead. Too much undead in the Great
yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
No, you're
I
right,
agree.
Especially
Mike.
the Great Kingdom.
You're
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Well, that actually kind of leads into my last one that I would mention, which is bring back Roxy's. Don't
Mhm.
destroy the city and remove it from the setting. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
I don't like
Yeah.
it either. I
It's the
agree.
capital of the Great Kingdom. It's been turned. It got turned into a big dungeon because of the war.
Yeah.
Leave it there. It was great. Sargent had set it up as a great adventuring hook, and then in Greyhawk 98 we kind of just ripped it off the setting.
Yeah.
And to a lesser extent, I don't like what they did with Castle Greyhawk at the end of Expedition. You don't take Castle of Greyhawk away from the world of Greyhawk. I mean, that does not make any sense whatsoever. Bring these places back. They need to stay in the setting as
Yeah.
dungeons for PCs.
So I think I said this on a previous discussion you were on, Gary. I want to see an adventure group or an adventure module where someone's trying to bring back the knights from the Great Kingdom, right? the protectorate. I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Okay.
You know,
Mhm.
and there's
That would be a great
5 or 6 of them. They got the old symbol with all the suns on it. You
Yeah,
know,
we
and
talked
And,
about that
and
for a few weeks ago, but
yeah,
they
exactly. I think that would be
yeah.
a great. Now,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
there
would
are
do
doing.
the
variants, meaning the
heraldry.
pale lights, the dimmeries and stuff
But they could be
that
out
could.
of no. They could be in neural now or wherever you're
Yeah,
trying
mean
to.
you
Yeah, or
you can
Radtic
take
or something.
remnants and exactly and bring them back, and I think pale and dimmery are perfect candidates for
Okay.
elevating that back again. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
A
I don't.
fractured Great Kingdom is a perfect time to bring them back.
I don't
Yeah.
know anyone who ventures in the Great Kingdom. I'm gonna talk about North and South Province and all that stuff
I
because
did, but Rel Devon campaign was that set
that's
there.
not that's not Great Kingdom.
It was it's
Sure
core
it is.
part of Great Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
And
Almar.
No, that
Dale,
was core part of it. Yeah.
Post wars. Post Greyhawk Wars, Anna.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
But I also see that that's another
Okay.
thing. You can have, what about being all the knights that were used to be knight protectors that can come back again? They've been hiding
Yeah.
their shields and whatever, and they go and re-swear their oaths and come back again. That would be a great campaign for bringing back some cool stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
after the Greyhawk Wars, I would have left. I would have left Ibid there
Yeah.
with a rump realm because he's only has this little,
Hmm.
little bit of land in between,
Yeah.
and it would be the time of the three Overkings.
Yeah.
First people making the claim
Yeah.
to
And
be the true Overking.
yeah, and imagine you have like a bunch of good knights that want to be knight protectors, and then they have to fight the
Yeah.
Duke Sephrin, that is an evil competitor, and you have
Oh,
to,
I think
and
it's
then you
great.
find sponsors like Crandon's
It's
could sponsor you, and others,
Okay.
and others will fight you.
A
Yeah,
natural adventuring party would be a
hmm
knight or two with their allied clerics and
yeah,
priests.
hmm
You know,
yeah. I
it
think they
would
could
be a
be
natural adventuring
fantastic.
party.
Yeah, fantastic campaign. Then you can
Yeah.
ask for political support. You can go and nestle your way in all of that.
There's
I think it'd be fantastic fun.
there's some dungeons to clean out. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it would be great. I know
yeah,
Carlos is the 9 and his sequel to that or something kind of similar, but
yeah,
but I just think it's an opportunity for someone like everyone's got their thing right going on. Like I got my Celine and the Prince of Ulick and the Pomarsh, all that thing. Anna's got her Shieldlands. Everyone's got Rob as Nyron, same with Von Moku. Everyone's got their location that they play in. I
yeah.
guess Dale's likes Northwind Highlander stuff, and got Spine Castle with Gary.
That's actually an interesting idea, Jay. We should maybe do a survey and try to compile where everybody runs their
Yeah,
campaigns
yeah,
Yeah.
and see maybe plot on a map to see where the most popular. Obviously, we know the city of Greyhawk will be the most popular, but
Are we
it'd
sure?
be
yeah.
interesting.
I'm not
I
sure
don't know
about
about
that.
that. I'm not sure.
Exactly. I'm not sure about that either.
You
I'm not
think
sure.
there's more competition?
I've heard so many Ratic was on
Well,
top of the list of
recently, a
places.
lot of
Yeah.
people like Raddick, but I don't know.
Hmm.
And the group up here,
Well, that was
I
like
I
10
think
years ago.
everyone's set in their ways for the most part.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's part of
I shift every decade. Yeah. Usually around every decade, I move to another area. Yeah.
yeah. For me, it's all about the role with all the special guest groups I got now. I don't want to throw them all over the place and to have them have no ability to grab onto other characters and assist them. If I throw them up at the Vespi Forest, then they're on their own, and so it's just
Oh,
like
come on! You got to put Fritz Winchester in Relastra.
we may see Fritz during Virtual GradCon on Thursday night.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. We may see Fritz again. Yeah, Fritz
Cool.
Winchester. It's been a little while, so he saved during the fundraiser. He went on that Sathaga adventure. So yeah, it was fun. So anyone else have any others? I mean, we've been doing we went through these pretty well. This is a great discussion. It was
I think
fun.
we did a good
Yeah,
job.
and you
covering
survived,
them, I
Gary. You got through this full 2
think.
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
thanks to a leave.
oh boy,
Yeah.
it could
Not
be
too many
interesting.
stones being thrown either.
Yeah,
So
dude,
yeah.
let me tell you something. I remember that, all sorts of the hip pain and all that, man. I sympathize with you completely. It's just that's bad back pain. Especially
Yeah,
like
and
this.
sitting is not great
Yeah, that's
for it.
why me stand. That's why been standing for a while. So sitting is still, for
Oh
long
yeah,
periods of time,
standing
still
desk.
difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah, standing's always good. Anyone adapted the 4 TSR Blackmore modules into Greyhawk? Yeah, 10. No. First of all, they're ultra rare. So, and it's just not an interest of mine, for me. I will adapt like stuff that I say, wow, like oh my God, Janelle Jackway's oh my God, my brain shut off. Dark Tower, a Fortress Elendar, or I will adapt those because there's plenty of room in Greyhawk, so it doesn't affect anything else. Plenty of places to put it, and even even have a guy I despise like Zeech make an appearance in that adventure. So there's one on YouTube. What's that on YouTube? Merp, someone did that, adapting it. Huh, interesting. My friends pay MERP that way to divide the map up in GM their areas. Yeah, a lot. That happens a lot where you have people that way. You don't have crossover stories that conflict. So adaptation, interesting. That's cool. Any other questions from the audience?
Thank you, audience, for not stoning us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me make sure this works. That should be it.
Greyhawk is perfect just the way it is.
It is. For the first, you can be reasonably adapted with some marginal tweaking, but I do. Yeah, got it. Yeah, Curtis, remember. That was fun. Temple of the Frog could be fun. There's a lot of stuff you could do. But the point is, there's a difference between doing it for the sake of doing it and doing it because it's vital to your campaign and something you're going to do. Right? That's why I look at it. I'm not going to adapt something and say, wow, this is going to be a great adventure. I'm going to throw it right here and my campaign's going to work.
Well, if any of you guys out there want to experiment, do a one shot for a virtual Greyhawk Con.
Yes, I am. And we'll talk about that in a second if you guys don't
Nice
mind.
to bring that around.
Yeah, you got another round?
I got the payment.
So, do you have a cartoon, Mike?
I do.
All right, well, there we go. We're going to do that first. Go ahead. Boom.
All right.
There we go. And you missed a couple weeks last week there.
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Cultist
Yeah, missed a lot.
47. Cultist 7 speed running through the Slaver series, currently A2. However, they still haven't found the secret they're looking for, which identified the rival cult behind the slave lords. Or they must find a slave lord. The quest continues. Oh God, these guys were hysterical. Curtis, you remember running this? You actually had Fritz in this adventure. Interesting. These notes are written in Braille. This one says because the main guy in there is blind. Yes, he is in A2 on the upper level. He's blind. Take the slaves to Suderham, and this one is for scoring something called a tournament module. Ahem, I am Icar. Yes, I am blind, but my other senses are sharper. Are you a mage? And you are a fighter, and I can smell the stench of evil. Be gone. Oops, that was me, boss. So I guess he farted. Yeah. The deputy is a dunce. The boss is blind. How does this stockade still function? He's thinking. You hold vicious mockery. I can hear your whispers. You just won't jest when my superior learns of your intrusion. Wait, you're not a slave lord? Correct. I answered to the slave lord Marquesa. Take us to the boss. Hang in there, folks.
Oh.
Comes Marquesa next week.
I love it, the fact that your cultists, they always embrace danger and go into the trouble.
That's how you speedrun a module.
You're like, we're not fighting any of you. Just take it right there.
I'm also amazed on how you managed to write them out of that predicament they're in, so to speak.
Yes, so it's one predicament after another.
Yeah, it's a bit like the script writer of the Bond movie. How the heck did they come up with that idea?
Cliffhangers.
Yeah.
And
good.
breaking the fourth wall, which is very rare. Yeah.
Also cool. Now I need to.
All right. So we are up and running here, and I bet you I have a bunch of submissions already coming in. I really appreciate it, everyone. Keep on signing up. Okay. So semi bad news on something. Okay, semi bad news. Mine are semi bad news. So okay, someone was going to attempt to play test some of the stuff for the new guide, and WotC flat out said no. So okay, for Virtual GreyHawk for the new book. All right. So October 1st, October 4th, we got this. You got just badges are $5 plus was it called a 635 everyone or something stupid like that. With the fee we got to pay. I'm not gonna do shirts this year. It's too late. We don't. Last year I sold like 10. It's okay. I may have some from last year still. If you really want one, you didn't get one, we can do that. But here, key dates. Sign-ups today, registration and events today. Labor Day at noon will be when you can open it up to the sign-ups of events. So please, if you try and be around on Labor Day, that's Eastern, everything's Eastern time. And then, last day of event submissions really late. If you submit that late, you're probably not going to get any, you'll probably get 1 or 2 signups. So please, Virtual GreyHawk October 1st to the 4th. All right. And Anna did a great job with the change. Look, so that's a difference. See, Gary, that was last year. That was last year. It was bright, and now it's got a little more of that background haze look to it. I think I love it. Greyhawk waits because it does. Greyhawks are waiting, everyone, for all the new stuff coming out, including what we're doing next year. So that was a good idea for the topic. So just get on the site, sign up. I'm working on a couple organizations coming in this year. To provide some really good look at that. We already had 16 badges already. Great. All right, 16 through a certain amount of time. Thank you. So we'll see. Hopefully we get at least one of them to allow. So Jeremy, Tony, hopefully that you guys are involved with that. So we'll just see what they say. Also, maybe Order of the Owl will be involved too. I'm working on some things, so I'm gonna get the sponsors all involved. Great giveaways and things.
Is it 6 or 7?
It's 7.
Okay.
It's 7, as far as I'm aware.
Did the graphic say 6?
Did it say 6 somewhere? If it did, it's a mistake, and I just didn't catch every one of them. It's Virtual GreyHawk 2026 because we start 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 7.
The previous was 6, so I just put the 7 on there.
Yeah, 7.
So,
7's correct.
Okay.
7's
Okay.
correct. Yeah, it's 7. So, hey, Disorderly Dice, what's up?
Hang on a second. There might be one on the top there that I didn't see. Hang on a second.
Wait, it could be me. It could be me too. Virtual
Hang on a
GreyHawk
second.
October 1st to 4th, 2026.
Now we have to.
No, it says
let's see.
Virtual GreyHawk 7. 7.
Oh yeah, on the big
Last year
one.
was
But
6 right here. This. Oh, I'm not showing it. No, it's fine. You're
okay,
right.
good. Yep.
Yeah, last year was 6. See, there's 6. That's 6's last year. Then 5. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, Virtual GreyHawk 7.
Yep.
Rory, thank you very much. So that's it. And then also we're doing a heavy RP game tomorrow night. Now there will be some action. A night in Altamira with Armed and Dangerous. Only 3 players. It's intentional to only have 3. So we're going to have a lot of heavy RP. So each of them is going to have a sub story that they're going to do with the party. So that's the idea. Along with maybe Mitchell Sharp as well. And then on Saturday, the brand new unnamed group, and that's Trials of the Wizard Styge, which is my ode to Tim's Wizard of Id, which I'm modifying for present day. It has some outdoor and indoor adventuring there too. So that's me. I'll just edit it, Mike. It'll be gone in a second. Key dates. Yeah, it's just me. It's a mistake. I missed all the Virtual GreyHawk 6 to 7 changes. So I'll be able to do that for you here. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Watch. Here, I'll show you how quick I can do this. I'll come down here, edit. I can do this. There. 7. Ta-da! And it'll be done. And I just got to make sure it is done. Boom. Thank you. See?
Good.
Anyone else want to shout anything out? I think Gary's got to go. Yep.
Yeah.
Go for it, Gary. Yep. Thanks, Gary. He had to take his dog out, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna have a stream on Friday, and I'm also starting to prep for play test and stuff. So there will be at least one game on Virtual Greyhawk Con, maybe two if I'm hopeful that I can run 2 sessions there.
Okay.
And I will run at Gamehole Con too, and I will run a couple before then too. So that is a big, and I also have a secret project that I'm going to unveil and maybe even be done with for Virtual Greyhawk Con, but maybe not be completely done. But the goal is to almost have it done that I haven't talked to anybody about. So yeah, there's one other person that knows it, but I haven't shown any screenshots or anything. So it's a cool one, I think. So yep. And there will be some other updates and stuff on things for my seminar. So yeah.
Mike, what do you got going on? That's
Well,
cool for giveaways,
let's
by the
see.
way.
The Pearland campaign, the guys have entered a portal from Lake Quag to the Drama's Ocean. Don't
Love
ask.
portals. Nice.
And they are currently going through a horror show of a wizard lair. So
Nice.
we'll see if they come out with their sanity intact. But that's about it.
Rob, I need you to figure out your highlighted stream events at some point. We'll talk about it on Saturday while you're playing. We'll figure it out. All the highlighted stream events. So Mike, that's awesome, man. So what level are they? Are they like 14th?
14th, right?
Oof.
Right.
And how hard is it to keep them challenged at that level?
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Except the things that I don't think are going to be hard, then sometimes challenge them. But one of my friends is about to go on vacation, so I'm relishing the opportunity to beat on the rest of the characters.
Beautiful. So last Saturday, I brought in the part 2 group for that adventure I was running with all the Doral and stuff, and I just put up them against 2 gray renders and 2 hook horrors, and they kicked the crap out of the party for a while. No spells, nothing. I was shocked just because of the amount of damage they did. It was cool. Sometimes you get surprised by what'll damage a group. Do you know what time you're planning on running the Saturday night event so I can plan around at 6 to 10 for the joust? 6 to 10. It was rough, Mandy. It was. Yeah, 6 to 10 for the joust is going to be my time for that. So I believe. Oh my God, I got to check if it's 6 to 10 or 7 to 11. It's 6 to 10 on Saturday. I'm almost positive. Yeah. So yeah, the joust will be on this year. I got five open signups.
It's so cool. That's the highlight of the convention. It's the joust.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. It'll be a blast. Why would 7 to 11 be easier? I'll take a look, Rob. I just I usually I'll take a look. Vegas has odds on Teeth being knocked out this year. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. There may be some new competitors this year too. Some different characters in there. Okay. Well, you got to remember, the Ever Mysterious Tim's going to be on early in the morning anyway, too, with his group. So Tim goes on at 8. So yeah, I got it. Tarish Ming will be back. Tarish Ming is awful, but he got pretty far last year. He also got pretty far at Concoction. I ran a joust there. Amanda came in runner up. It was crazy. It was a fun one. I actually gave out a trophy at a Concoction for it. By the way, one last thing. I found the name of the alchemist, which I had forgotten all this time, in my Altamira notes, and I was shocked of the name of the now where did I put it? Jeez, I got too much going on. I can't even keep. Concoctions abound. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I named it that. But that was the name. Concoctions Abound is the name of the alchemist location that we've been going to all these months, and I completely forgot it now. I just found it in my notes. All right, let's see who wins the giveaway tonight. All right, here we go. Going to close this out, and then we're going to raid. I think we're going to raid in the Troll Lord. We'll see. Because they got a game going on. Giveaways. Closing this out. Let's see who wins. Winner tonight is... It's Casualty. As long as it's Casualty is on. It's a Casualty in chat.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Casualty. You good with Alec Barr and 2 Mahars? let me know. All right. If you have both of them, I got others here. I got UK1 S4 or Border Watch if you want one of those. But yeah, I figured I'd give you those too. So, all right, nice large crowd. Thanks everyone. Mike, thanks. Gary Julian, thanks for the idea and coming on tonight. You know, and thanks everyone. Sam, thanks for all the commentary in chat and everyone else. Yeah, everyone enjoy their night. So go into go Troller Games. It's the Summer Siege. We were going to run something for Summer Siege, and then Chuck and I both talked about it. And they're like, you know, I don't have enough time, and I'm like, neither do I. So we're going to just keep on doing stuff what we're doing. So we'll see you all tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It'll be a cool adventure. I got some cool terrain out on the table. I'll share it in my posts if I get the posts out tonight or tomorrow. Boom, hit a wrong button. See ya. All right, here we go. Raid. Yeah, say hi to Crane. She's running the group. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow night. My mouse stopped working right in the middle of the payment. Now, did I lose it again? Holy jeez. There we go. Yeah, I'm good. My